Actually, I'm just gonna have multiple things. So, do keep in mind that this is before the session, so I have no idea. If you're saying this, then congrats. I'm actually correct that they do kind of skip around. So, essentially, one player is already gonna be late. They've told me about that. That's fine. So they might be doing a battle royal. Thankfully, I can just use this as do like new window or something and mute myself there like I should have. Uh, and kind of just work on the other screen while I wait for them to kind of do something that essentially is needed by me, and I just kind of like I am able to show you all like the HP and stuff. Uh, that way, like everybody's kind of there. But anyway, the main thing that's actually kind of going to be very important to note in this session, everybody's actually going to be thinking wrong. Because currently, I thought of a way that it would make it as a path sensical. And so this is what he would be doing first. So obviously the path currently is there at least by the start. Now, depending on how fast they go and whether or not they spend a week, the continued path is like that. Now, if you notice this path, here's the path that I'm thinking that would probably be most sensible for MA to think of. Essentially, kind of like, there is their base of operations. Either that, or they just went up into there, nobody noticed about it. And then just like they proceeded to go around like this, attack these various places, and this is their next target. It's essentially like, this is probably going to be MA's thinking. Though to be fair, it's also not going to be too wrong for our. Well, it's not as wrong as what it is that they actually stated, because Mammon has actually stated that he is like right about there. So you might have a cultist like right there that is like, yeah. So you guys are the ones that are wanting to join us. All right. So why do you want to join us, essentially, and kind of like there, but kind of like not know much else besides that. And if they do tell him about that, he's probably gonna go over here. I will be 100% honest. He will go over to Spirit Spring. The main reason, these are pretty much opposites of the map. And that's kind of like the idea of the cultists. They want you to head away from where they are, because these are actually not going to be a dumb cultist. They're trying not to leave as much of a trace as and stuff. So it's kind of getting hard to where it's like, I want my players to succeed and stuff, but also at the same time, I don't want to be a, like, I kind of feel that if I actually do go and just be like, yeah, hi, here's some information, that I'm not playing the cultists correctly. And so they have had points where the cultists have gotten caught. The main places were Darmorn, where one literally went in there and just absolutely said, yeah, hi. Where's the loot? They never asked that person. Fox Rage, they got like an elemental type thing. So that's the important information there. And I'm also only bringing off the important information that they either got or didn't get. Dharma, and also the important information that they didn't get was one looked like a snake, and the other looked to have been on horseback. Uh, in Rock, they met the they met the half elf. Actually, was that a half elf? Okay, no, I'm glad I checked. It actually was an elf. So like they met the elf. They can't determine the actual race of the other, but the other was a Kenku. Uh, it was essentially a Kenku sniper and a elf ranger that they dealt with there. At least tried to. Oh. Then in Javor, they actually went and got kind of like a well, they essentially got the idea that there's a black pudding that for whatever reason was just destroying everything in its path, uh, and also seemed to have went into the gold place for the big bank, and then just have portals open up where all the money just kind of went into, and they also did the exact same thing. So, it was actually a very like that's something that they have not gotten yet. That does exist though. MA knows about it though. Candlelight Woods, pretty much the same person that did the Fox Range stuff is there. There's a lot of things burnt. Well, a lot of the bodies are burnt. They've gotten the cryptic messages. Also, I will read up Speak the Dead. So yeah, basically they're not undead. So yeah, they can't go. So this part it passes. They're birds, so I assume they still do have the mouths. Then the point that I'm not sure if they knew. That answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive. So they could easily just not give you that much information. Or just simply repeat the stuff. So it's actually, hold on, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, basically, for those that don't know, what this is saying is answers are usually short or cryptic or just on repeat. And the corpse is not compelled to offer a truthful answer. And so the corpse can't actually learn any new information. And unlike the ability type thing that they kind of use occasionally, it's just that a lot of the stuff that they've not done, a lot of the abilities that they've had, have not actually been able to speak. Like, yes, they could literally use a skeleton to, just a bone pile, place it somewhere, and then so long as the person is around or within 60 feet of that bone pile, they can learn basically everything that's in that bone pile and it can speak back. The only issue is they actually have to know about that, or at least they actually have to have something with the language, such as I believe an orc, like an orc would actually pass for that. But yeah, that's essentially some of the important stuff that's probably going to occur with this. So I'm gonna watch back the other part with the Speak with Dead stuff, and essentially, I hope y'all enjoy this. And essentially, I hope you enjoy the changes I made to Last Light, Thorgran, and Athlone, and enjoy seeing them in the game.
Hello, boys and girls, to D&D the Broken Havens. Will we finally kill these cultists? Probably not. But let's get to it.
As the little cat creature that is over here just comes up and says, I have a problem here. Deal with it now. Oh, before going back into a portal.
Okay, how do you want it killed?
I mean, Katie literally just said, hi, I have a problem. You deal with it.
Yes, I assume that she wanted him killed, so let's
Katie
kill him.
literally just said, just popped up with him and said, deal with it, and then just left.
Yeah, deal with it. Murder it.
No. He doesn't bring us things to kill. He points us in the direction of things to kill.
Then he should use different words.
He's not wrong.
See, the other
I summoned Candy back real quick.
Agree with me.
I summoned Candy back real quick.
Katie says, oh, what? Wrong layer. Katie says what?
So did you mean kill this person, or what do you mean by take care of? There's been some confusion.
Just, in other words, deal with him. I have given up dealing with him, so he's your problem now.
Exactly, so we kill him.
No.
I mean, doesn't he have a contract?
He is, in theory, helpful. I just have given up dealing with his problems.
Yes, in theory he's helpful by skinning him alive and turning him into a coat.
God, when you told me, it took me out of
Katie just shakes his head and is like, are we done here?
Does he have a contract, Candy?
Yes, he does.
He can't. Then Wyron will just go straight over to William. Say,
shucks, no new coat.
Yeah, because a contract, no killing. And all the while that this is happening, because we've rolled for this trauma, Wyron is not looking at you. He's looking above your head, because he is currently seeing his father's face over everyone's head, and his father's just kind of smiling and being smug about the fact that everyone is that Hazio, Wretched, and you are all related to him.
Yeah, but I'm like your great-great-grandpa.
Yeah.
Yes, because I had to go connect for the family tree, 2020 to 10,080 BC.
Yeah, well, which we don't actually know you're the great-great-great-great-grandfather. We just know you're related. So, Wyron's going to put his hand on your shoulder, shift his eyes downward from his dad to you, and he's going to ask, so, did you have any kids?
I haven't even had sex, so...
I go to him. Do you know what happened in your room when you slipped?
I mean, we technically don't know that. All right.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, my name's Wyron. Extends his hand to your character.
Fucking muted.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't talking.
peacefully stand there on whether or not we discuss we should become a goat or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Just actually be like, yes, this is my life now. Being talked about whether or not I should be murdered.
Now, Wyron extends his hand.
I mean, he's a drowned tiefling, so like hearing people debating if they should kill him or not, it's like everyday occurrence. So like, if anything, this is just a typical Sunday morning.
Yeah.
All right,
The crow is just added sprinkles on top.
He takes your hand in his hand as he kind of like looks up at you.
Yeah, I am an Ostrimer. I'm a white-haired, pale as all shit Ostrimer with golden eyes, and I do not have a strong handshake because my strength score is incredibly low.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, in return, you see this kind of like dark, kind of gray, ashy, purplish skinned tiefling like creature. Bill has like these pointed ears, has the drow's typical, whitish hair, or curved lightning shaped horns. Horns, as you see, slate. You're not quite sure if there's are fins or flaps of flesh, but regardless, they're tattered up as he reaches out, not hugs, fucking hands shakes you.
Hugs you.
It's a fairly tight, it's a fairly
and
tight.
then if you hugged him, he'd be like, okay, and then he'd be like, try to figure out like, okay, does this person know that he's my brother or what? Because he's currently having a moment of crisis.
Yeah, as he just,
Group hug.
as he gives you like this awkward like. You assume it's a smile, but like the way his like mouth is gnarled and stuff, it's like someone. It's a mixture of attempting to smile in disgust as he opens his mouth. Well, Vyvrin.
Oh yeah, then as this is all going on, you see 4 portals open up under Hazio, Logic, the Weasel, and then Logic's creation. And you're not sure where they exactly go.
I just turn to Aaron and go, fuck's sake, not again.
But
Pretty sure they went to Candy's room. They are closed with portals. Okay.
Plot demands we have less people for this, so the plot got rid of them.
Fourth wall breaks are not welcome.
So similar to how Discord got rid of Lucas then. Because I just
Wait, what?
realized Lucas is the only one that's not showing up in the list, hence why he's probably invisible in the Discord chat.
I was like, God damn it, William, no fourth wall breaks.
I'm 3,000 years old. I get my wall breaks.
Yes,
You know how many
exactly.
times I've had to repair that shit?
I'm an old man, damn it.
nice meeting you. I
Hello.
guess.
Don't mind us, we're having an insane conversation. Usual Saturday night. Or Sunday night. I should
Okay.
say.
So,
I
introductions.
just shake his hand and say, if you ever meet the Popos, don't remember.
As I point to the Popos. As I point at the Popos on my shoulders. There you go.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, yeah, right, it's in there. You just hear this, you just see this thing just gonna say, Pope? As what you hear is it say, why?
I just pat its head. Dave, don't worry about it.
It's gaining more vocabulary.
No, you misunderstand it. It still goes and say Pope.
Yeah.
It knows very little stuff. It knows Popo, Popo, and Dash, as well as no. No, that's its vocabulary.
That is-
Well, at least you taught it to say no.
I know, but my character doesn't realize he speaks their language, so he just starts panicking.
I mean, he's hearing them say this entire time.
No, canonically, you just
forget
understand
no.
what they say. Because you even said this. You
Yeah.
don't know how to speak it. You just know what it means. Generally.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wyron will just say, okay, introductions. The armored tiefling that left through the portal is Haseo. The one beside him with the gun was Logic. The weasel was Logic's. In the cleric-looking one that disappeared was a.
I thought that was a bard.
Or no, the bard. The bard was. Well, the bard was a creation because of because Candy gave him power through a contract. Speaking of Then you have William, the Popo and Mopo, so there are two of those things.
Yeah.
And they ride on wretched shoulders.
Yo.
Then you have Connor, which is a half goblin, a hobgoblin.
There's the other.
Wretched, which is the gnoll. Mara, the cleric.
As she wakes
Jojo
up.
is the
The elf as they strike a pose.
yeah. Kirk is the kobold,
Who waves.
and Thalia is the Goliath.
Who bows.
Yeah. Introductions done. What is your contract? What powers did Candy give you?
Well, let's see, if I remember correctly, I was given some sort of psychic shield. I'm trying to remember the exact powers. I didn't have them written down. Fuck. Immunity stuff. How do I describe my fucking aura? Wait, does my character even know about that?
Hey! It's kind of just like affected and occurred.
You know, do I explain this like some Madoka Magica shit where it's like, oh, well, I wished for the ability to be able to help everyone, and they told me that their wish was granted, but I've yet to see the power work.
Yeah. You can go and say that if you want.
Well, I've always had a wish to be able to prove that I was useful to those around me, and that thing called Candy told me it could grant me such a wish. Unfortunately, I'm not quite sure what power it provided me with, but it definitely said that something about it being a double-edged blade. So, a little bit of a gamble's always fun, right?
Not to mention a gamble, I'm like, did you take the gambler's contract?
You just see him slowly start to secrete a little bit of sweat as he looks off to the side. No.
Oh God!
Okay, Twine.
I got an insight check.
Twine. Do we have a problem?
Insight check. Did he take the gambler's contract?
You can feel like,
Do you wanna roll
he
against
probably
me?
took the gambler's contract.
Depends. Does he want to roll against me and roll deception?
Yeah, do you want to?
Do you want to, or
Okay, how do I roll?
you gotta bring up a
You
character
just go
sheet.
to your sheet and go and find where it says deception or the skills, and then you can just click it and auto roll it.
Where do I access character sheet?
Up on top right screen, it's under journal, which is the second little tab there, and you have to find your
Or you
character
can just
name,
look at what
Jeff.
it should be on your screen now.
Alright.
Because I'm pretty sure that when I clicked show to players that it showed you Jeff.
No. Yeah, because
Jeff.
he popped up on mine for some reason too.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
if I click
Popped
show
up
to
over-
players, whoever is in here will automatically have it get shown.
All right. So
My name's Jeff.
So how do I rule for it real quick?
so left side of your screen by your stats should be a box with skills, and you just click on the name of the skill. So deception.
A box with skill. Okay, hang on. I think I see it now.
Starts with acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, all that. Deception's right enough.
Alright, so then 21.
Okay, so no, I do not. I believe that you did not take gamblers. Okay,
There we go, Warren.
Because if you
There's
did,
my luck I was telling you about.
yeah. Okay, so okay. This gambler's not bad. You can like really one-hit stuff if you're lucky with it.
I mean, you've
But
never.
there's also a lot of. But I've heard of it because we all talked about our stuff at the beginning, and Moon took it. So Moon told us about what she was supposedly be able to do.
I mean, if
It's
it
like-
also helps, if I remember correctly, another ability that I was granted was that if I come into contact, or if I directly choose to attack something, or at least, I don't know, Candy was very vague about describing it, but I could cause some sort of weird effect to others whenever I come in contact with them.
Yeah. So you did take the gambler's contract.
Well, where I'm from, we
Because
don't call it gambling. We more so call it,
Sport?
winery or slavery.
where are you from?
Wait, what about slavery?
The underground.
Don't you
You
mean
know,
the
Mars, would
Underdark,
you
by the way?
say?
Because that's how it is in 5e.
I speak. I reply in. So I reply in undercommon. It was like, I say the network too.
Replies back in undercommon. Yep.
Replies in our card. I also speak this.
Wait, what?
Shit.
Yes, I have celestial, common, draconic, and undercommon.
Oh.
No, now we can't do dodgy dealings. Crap.
I'm chaotic neutral. Dodgy
Speaks
dealings.
infernal. How about this? Can any of you understand me in this?
Infernal.
Oh my god.
Hello, I just
Bosio
speak in
can.
infernal. I
Oh,
just say
he
hi
can.
in infernal.
Oh, so he can.
Mara just keeps shaking her head. And, well, shaking her head, yes.
Oh, she can as well. I kind of whisper to. Actually, you haven't given us your name yet, so I just kind of whisper to you. That one is very lawful.
But I wait. What? Okay, which one did he point to again?
Mara.
Yeah, this one.
What does Mara look like exactly?
It's the angel type person, so she's decked out in this like fiery plate mail type thing with wings out from the back. She has blue eyes and long blonde hair.
No shit. Look at her. She looks like a stereotypical type. Is that what you say? It is that how you pronounce the word? Stereotypical.
Stereotype?
Yeah,
The
one of those
stereotype?
things. Wait, why are you
Okay.
asking me about tires?
Oh God. Language barrier. Okay.
I also have inspiration
So-
for that. That was good.
Brilliant.
So yeah, top of your sheet, mark it as inspiration. That you have it.
Alright.
Yeah, there will also be something important for after the session, and for if you guys actually have DM inspiration or not.
Okay, hang on. How do I open my
Okay.
character sheet again?
Well, you might want to just keep it open and
Yeah, you can just
probably
keep it
can just-
open, and like if you
If you-
double click at the top, it'll actually just minimize it to where you can see
There
your
we go.
screen.
Okay, thank you.
And if you
Yeah.
double click it when it's minimized, it will actually go and just pop back up open, and so you don't have to deal
Yeah,
with finding it every single time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you have the ability to. So he probably has the same ability so he has the same ability that Moon had, where he can like basically, if he gets lucky, kill a thing instantly. And then you said you have like a psychic shield. Wire's going to try reading his mind, reading his surface thoughts.
Okay, what are your surface thoughts?
Cricket noises.
So you just see a blank thing. So he's either not thinking of anything, or he actually does have a actual psychic shield.
Hold
Okay.
on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Like, okay, would my immunity from psychic damage like prevent him from reading my thoughts?
No, it
No.
would not. It just prevents
Okay,
the
then
damage.
hang on. Let me think of something he would actually be thinking about at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Internal
your character's
screening.
not thinking about anything, then he's not thinking about anything. It would just be blank.
Well, right now,
And which-
technically speaking, he'd be like,
Wait,
"Oh God,
There you
this
go.
gambler's
Cricket noises.
contracting.
Spell I
Who are
think it
these
is?
people? What the hell is going on?"
Wait, if it's the spell I think
Okay,
it is, you're supposed to pick 3 different thoughts and then have you roll a 1d4. If he rolls a 4, then you don't read his mind. It's really weird.
Well, no, it's not the spell. It's just I
Yeah.
can read the thoughts of anybody, unless they have protection from it.
Oh,
Such
okay.
as
Or,
there
like,
being a mind shielded.
God. Or
Then I'm
God.
thinking another, because there's another one where it's
Detect thoughts. Yeah. Which I just have a better version of it. I
Okay.
can actually go into your head. It's just you know I'm there, and you can force me out, and it will give Wyron a headache.
Ooh, why would I force you out?
Listen, you gotta
Uh,
show some mental strength,
so-
baby.
So
Pause.
Wyron will respond to your inner thoughts, be like, "We're also people who took contracts from Candy. You don't have a mental shield as such. Wyron's going to turn on his. He's going to turn on his psychic power, and he's like, just trust me on this. Don't. I don't mean to hurt you if this does." And he's going to punch you. Do you resist or do you let him punch you?
I mean, he's very iffy on this, but it's like, you know what?
You can
I've
fist
been
me.
doing enough bullshit all my life. Another
Jesus.
punch to the face ain't gonna hurt.
Okay, so
You actually don't
Byron
feel
hits you.
anything. Uh,
because you're at full health, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt you at all.
yeah.
It's actually kind of a nice little warm sensation, like if you've ever been healed, it feels like that, but not much. Whereas for Wyron, it's like that should have hurt him.
I'm gonna look at Wyron straight in the face, and I'm gonna go like, God, what kind of limp-wristed throw was that? I've met children who could punch harder than you.
I'm not actually very strong. That my normal
Yeah,
punches heal.
No, I put
But-
my hand on his shoulder and say, "Oh, those aren't the type of fisting he's giving."
Are
Wyron's what?
are you
No.
trying to court me? Is this an overwhelmed courtmanship? I mean, very direct. I mean, at least take me to the fourth date first.
No. Wyron then punches William. William, do you resist or do you take the punch?
I take it with pride.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
roll the magical girl damage
punch it.
attack too.
If he can get past my armor class.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Like, do you resist or not, or do you take the punch or not?
Still the question of whether or not you can get past my armor.
No, 'cause if you just
you're
take the punch-
willingly taking the attack, I don't feel that needs a roll.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. Because if you're willingly taking it, then no. Otherwise, yeah, I'll roll a d20 and see if I hit. Because
I
It's
don't
just
think you
that-
can't
just-
hit him with the d20.
I don't think I can either. That's one of the reasons why. Yeah. But no, if you're willing to take the attack, then it takes not 21, but like 19 points of damage psychically.
Wait,
I'm just
why
using
is
my fist.
him hitting me with a staff?
No.
Oh, he's rolling my staff. To
No, that
see.
technically would be what you would actually roll, so you would have a +1
No.
mod, so essentially a 19 or a 20 and you would hit.
Yeah, but it'd be very low chance of me actually hitting you with anything.
Yeah.
But no, if you take it, I'll then immediately shut off my. So basically, what you see is me punch him, and then his nose starts bleeding a bit, and he's holding his head like, "Ow!" I
hit
did
him with a
immediately-
warhammer.
Okay, roll your 2 hit, because I don't think Wyron's gonna take that.
I'm not going to hit him with a warhammer.
No. Wyron will then immediately, if you wanted to, Wyron's then going to immediately turn off he's going to try to turn off the damage. Does he feel it shut off?
I mean, it doesn't look like it hurt Will.
Will's also a tank, so
No. But no. But does Wyron feel his? Does Wyron feel his magic shut off? Like his magical girl damage? Does he feel it shut off?
I mean, you never really feel whether or not it's there. It's more your enemies that feel that it's there.
Okay.
So Will technically would not feel like a like it feels soothing to Will opposed to that hurtful damage from the last
Okay,
time.
so Wyron then heals you back up to full, and you basically watch as like the blood kind of like recedes and he gets better while I hit
No,
him.
it just stops bleeding essentially. That's what it goes.
Well, it stops bleeding and he looks better than if he just had a massive headache. And then so I state that due to taking an extra little benefit from our fiendish friend, can deal psychic damage. I can read people's surface thoughts and can sometimes dive deeper. I have ability to replay events in places, and I am immune to people reading my mind.
Ah,
And
okay.
assisting
I think that
does it-
reminds me. That psychic thing. If I remember correctly from my talk with Candy, I don't think it was necessarily physical. It wasn't mental resistance. It was more so I cannot be harmed
Yeah.
psychically.
Yes, I just tested that. I tried to hit you with my psychic energy, and it did not work. So you're immune to psychic. You can basically hurt people if you're lucky. And the third
Alright.
ability, we don't know.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then these two also have contracts. So
I've yet to really try out my third ability yet. If I can even activate it, I don't know. I presume
I
it's
turn
like
into
one of
a
those
nice structure.
things.
So I'm going to summon up Candy real quick and ask him what the third ability is.
Candy replies, Honora, and I'm busy. Stop calling me. And then goes and disappears again.
An aura, just like the paladins. What's a paladin?
Holy servant of God, some type shit.
Well, I know that. I was joking. Do you not get jokes? Did the surface world not have jokes, or is it because the surface world is a joke?
I just put my hand on his shoulder and go, "No, he's just a little slow."
He's had
Shut
some,
up, Granddad.
it's like he's had some.
There's a lot on my mind. Considering I just learned that that I have two half brothers, and you're apparently like a great ancestor.
I
At least
pat
the fucking
Wyron on the
mate
shoulder.
went away.
The
I
famous
sat
Oh,
Wyron on the
oh,
shoulder.
Wyron and,
Yeah,
can go. It's
Wyron and William, you both get inspiration for that. Those were both good.
I already have an inspiration.
When I looked through your sheet, no, apparently you didn't.
I was supposed to.
You didn't add it.
I did according. I did. It's on my sheet.
Well, when I was looking through, like yesterday, I
I rolled
didn't
two.
see you having it.
Maybe it got deleted sometime.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway,
God.
continue.
All right. So we are now going on we're going on to my hometown to see about protecting it from a group of cultists. Since Candy has has tasked us with taking care of you, you're coming with us.
I
Yeah,
kind
you
of
can,
don't
but you
need
can
to
still
take care
explore
of,
here.
but okay. I mean, I don't really think I need to be taken care of, but I mean, I'm willing to come along. It's not like I have anywhere else to be. Now, Candy promised to take me out of the hellhole and give me a chance at, adventure and seeing the world for myself. So, if anything,
Well,
this is perfect for me.
Well, you're gonna get plenty of that.
So,
All right.
you mentioned cultists.
Yes, Momon cultist.
So, demons.
Either demons or humans that worship them.
And a giant, scary elemental.
Well, I believe it's the caster who can summon a meridian.
I don't know what a meridian is, but I mean, it sounds like cultists are a universal problem, huh?
Myrmidian is a fire elemental with plate mail, basically.
So exactly what I just said, an angry
My character,
elemental.
my character's eyes is gonna widen a little bit as he goes like, "The fire elemental. We're dealing with fire."
Yes.
Yes. Burn,
Oh.
baby, burn. Disco
I think this would be a good time to bring up something about this character. Actually, no, I'll just roleplay it later.
Oh god.
Is he a pyromaniac?
Possibly.
I don't know, should I say it out of game, or do
Uh,
you guys want to wait to find out in game?
Wait till we
In
find
game.
out in game.
we'll
Alright.
wait. We'll wait. Okay, this is gonna be fun. All right, so I mean, so calculations real quick. How long do we think that it will take for them to reach Dunwich?
Who knows
Okay,
anymore?
from where is the question?
They were at Candlelight Woods. They're going to go to Dunwich. How long would it take them? Because it's been about a day since the attack. How long would it take them to reach Dunwich? I know we calculated this up before.
It would take the at least based off the other points. Frick. I think that would be about 6 days. No,
Right.
it's 5 days. Or so.
And it's been one already.
So there would be 4 days left. It would be 4
It
days
takes
for them
us
to
about-
get there.
It takes us about 13 hours to get there.
Or at least it's 4 days, assuming that's the next target.
Yes. Which,
As far as we know, if the DM doesn't decide to change it again.
Oh no, I
Mhm.
already have where the cultists are attacking.
But that doesn't mean it's going to be the place we go to.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, oh, don't. You said this the last couple of times. Oh, don't worry, you guys can go there. I already have the place where the cultists are going to attack, and then they attacked another place.
I mean, this is where everything is currently.
I
Let's
don't-
get there anyway.
Don't
Okay.
trust DM.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I don't trust the DM either. He plays words games.
Mind fuckery.
This is currently what you guys know as the attack route.
It's a pentagram.
To be fair, you could also state to Jeff on if they have any idea on where the cultists might attack next.
Okay, so yeah, we laid out. I show him the map. And I show him the connections between the places that they've attacked, which is Darmorn. Then they went to
Box range,
Box Range,
and then Candlelight Woods.
and then Candlelight Woods. And they're attacking like places with. Darmorn had a bank in a cathedral and an arcade and everything for money. Fox Range was a capital city. Candlelight Woods is another capital city. So my next big guess would be that they'd go for Dunwich, which they in Candlelight Woods they attacked the military base, and they got rifles and ammunition and stuff like that. So my next thing would be Dunwich also has a military base, and actually, yeah, DM, because Wyron would have been in the treasury, would my church have any magical artifacts that they're safekeeping?
They should.
Yeah. And technically, my church has some magical stuff in it that is supposed to be kept out of hands of cultists and stuff. Then it's just a straight shot to Scarlet Vale, which is also another capital city and one of the richest places around here.
do keep in mind, you
Yeah.
also have people in Dunwich and Scarlet Vale, if I recall correctly.
Yes, we do have we have some of Will's people, who Will is a cop, basically.
Do you
He's like the
relay
chief of
that
police.
information as well to Prince?
Yes, just because yes, the 1,000-year-old old man over here, which I point toward the half elf and say he's 3,000 years old. Yeah, he is. And he is basically the chief of police for like everything in the area.
And I have the route for those that are actually watching it.
So what I'm hearing is
Hack the
we're
DM.
sitting here wasting time talking about this when we should actively make motions and prevent this attack. If we already
Well,
have
we
this
don't know they're
information.
going there because we thought that the last couple of times, and then we were wrong. So who knows?
We literally were here yesterday,
Well, 2
and
days
they did
ago.
not. Well, 2 days ago we were here, and we thought they would arrive. Then we were like, okay, so if they're not doing this, then they're obviously heading straight back down to Black City, which would probably be the best
Wait, what?
place for them to live. We, I don't know. Any insight into this? Should we just go straight to Dunwich, or can you see another place like that you would think they would attack?
One that
I
implies
say
I
we go
know
straight
more
to
about the
Dunwich.
surface world.
You could roll a history check.
Would my character realistically have history over the surface world?
I mean, it's
it
possible
depends.
because there are kobolds in the Underdark that do go and have contact with the outside world.
And I
And
do,
they're
and
some
I
of the
do come from
richest
a noble
people in the
family.
actual place. It's just that not many people know about them because they're underground. And they only deal with
Yeah.
very specific people.
Alright, well, I
You
rolled
do
it.
come from a noble.
I got history. I got 19.
Alright, so you heard that there are organizations that deal with the Underdark. They are usually
Okay.
more centered around Javor in Cronia. There might be one on around Thorgran and Refren, but not many people would actually use it. There's one in Yoskus, but again, not many people use it outside of the Yuan-Ti. And then finally, there's an entrance as in Udrium, which is also in the range of archery, but that's more for the Vindel.
Alright. I'm trying to think of the best plan here. Because I'm wondering, with me around,
I mean, you can go, if you can logically think of something that your character might think of, go ahead and say it.
well,
Yes, I know, Rich.
yeah, so far, the idea that my character came up with is
Some like already
it,
dropped.
it, it would be this would have the assumption of, is there a way that if once we can finally catch up with the cultists, is there a way we can plant something with them that allows us to track them, and we start following their movements, but utilizing my my heritage and my knowledge of the underground, and start following them from underground. That way, they can't keep a track of us as easily.
I
But we
mean, they could probably track you about as easily as you can track them.
That's the thing. I mean, aside from the idiotic idea of, well, let's just find the cultist army and cause a sinkhole and take this fight to the underground.
I second that idea.
I mean, you
I
can also
do.
try to cut them off if you really want to.
I vote
mean-
chaos.
I mean, we
but
don't
if you're
know
going for the
what
cut-off
trailer
route,
taking
then
or-
where do you think they're going to attack next?
Well, let's see. Where do we think they would attack? And let's go in the opposite direction.
Well-
We think somewhere this way. So let's go over here.
Wyron doesn't want. Wyron is going to try something, since they're in the armory with all the dead bodies and shit. Wyron is going to touch the ground and try and use the replay events to see what the hell happened there.
Because here's the thing: is my character
All right.
he needs to see the cultists in action, and he needs to understand more about the cultists before he can properly make plans. Because so far he has a bunch of plans, but none of them are surefire, and none of them wouldn't work or probably already been tried.
So what you see is what appears to be like a medium form of fire just spreading in and they're causing absolute havoc and somehow dodging a lot of the bullets or at least not being able to be too affected by them. As all the bodies just get in there and burn to death.
Sounds like a fun time.
As well as portals seem to open up underneath the guns.
Okay.
Seems like a fun time.
Interesting.
So, shit. They have portals.
Now they're
So,
thinking of portals.
In the
Why is it always portals?
experience with portals that Wyron has had,
It's okay,
do these
guys. I have an idea.
familiar?
No, no.
So we need a young, like mid-20s age white woman in an orange jumpsuit with a portal gun.
And we're sacrificing her to who?
I mean,
Hold on.
Wait, you said mid-20s, right?
I didn't think sacrificing, but I mean, listen, I've heard about the great gods known as R34. They would probably appreciate her.
Oh, God.
I mean, if you're looking for a mid-20s person that kind of fits your description, Mara's 26.
I mean, works good enough.
I mean, okay, so
Wait, are we
does Wyron
sacrificing
recognize
Mara?
these portals or not?
Yeah, they look similar to candies, but that's about the closest you can say to the portals.
So somebody with a bit of demon magic. Safe to assume?
I mean, that's up to you to assume on whether or not.
I mean, technically, in your canon lore, Candy is a demon, and he uses those portals. These are Mammon cultists. Would it be safe to assume that this is probably somebody who has access to some warlock magic?
It's possible.
Warlock magic? Oh boy, howdy. I don't know much about that shit.
You want me to do a check to make sure of it, or you just...
I mean, if you want to go and roll Arcana, then sure.
Alright.
Otherwise, it's just up to you whether or not you would think of it.
Well, I rolled a natural 20.
Then, yeah, you would be able to go and connect that. It's probably some sort of demonic spell. Or some sort of thing related to demons.
Okay. I really think they're going for Dunwich. And I think we just stay there until they show up. Or we try to intercept them on the road. And we try and look for, like... If they're using portals to store shit... I mean...
I could try
I'd have to,
tracking them.
know, I mean, it's with the portal. There's nothing to track here. We could try looking outside the city and stuff, but...
I mean, there's more things in that city if you actually... in that place if you actually want to check them out. Because you just checked the armory. You haven't checked the other location that was supposedly attacked.
Oh, I thought it was just the armory that was attacked.
No, No, they attack the armory and the stables.
Oh, okay.
Or at least I'm
Then
pretty
we
sure
need
I
to.
said that they attacked the armory and the stables.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, so go to the stables as well.
Yep.
And prepare for something that's slightly funny. So
What
who
did you
enters
do?
first?
Okay, I did.
Byron. No. Wretched. Yay. So I don't have to.
So Wretched, you're entering first, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Where did I get?
so then, who's following after the Wretched?
Probably me.
And after William.
Oh god, that's too much soon.
I'd
Too much
probably
soon.
follow.
All right.
Byron comes last.
Because Byron's a special cookie who doesn't want to get hurt like the big boys, doesn't he?
And Wretched essentially gets grappled from somebody on the ceiling who also stabs him.
Hit her with a warhammer, two-handed, abandoning shield,
Go.
warhammer.
I heard hit her with the whorehammer, and I was like, damn, already going too far. Like, same, bro, but at the same time.
15. Do I hit?
No, you did not.
Damn.
Uh,
Okay, who the hell was that?
it's the cat girl next to you, who also hits you for
Okay.
38 damage.
Go. Ow. One, why did you attack me?
She goes and says, like I need to explain myself to you. As she says to the rest of you, give up or he's dead.
Okay, I'm using intimidation.
You don't have a permit for this.
Fuck.
She is not intimidated.
I intimidate her. And say, you'll let him go, or otherwise you get the jail.
Fucking Eldritch Blast.
Alright. Go and roll your hit.
Okay, how do I do that?
Just click on whatever. Oh, right.
I don't care if he dies, I have replacements.
Oh,
Just
God.
say
I
that.
forgot that we never added in your spells.
I was gonna
Where's
say,
your actual character?
Hold on. Let me try and
I mean, I can
persuade her to not
quickly
do
use a different thing, and I'll send it in chat what I rolled.
hold on.
Unless you want me
I'm
to
gonna-
just roll in chat.
I was gonna say, could try and
Oh, no, I could
persuade
just
her.
add it to your sheet. That's what I was saying. Like,
Okay, fuck.
now you can go and
I
click
did
it from
press
your
that.
sheet.
God damn it.
Because like I was
Where's
going
my
to say like you just click Eldritch Blast on your sheet, and then just roll it. And then I realized, oh wait, we never added on your spells.
Fuck, where's my character sheet go? I accidentally fucking closed it. God damn it. I don't know how to fucking use this website.
Hold on. Do you want me to roll persuasion before you do anything? Try and stop her.
Just a note, if you go and click to journal, and scroll down to the Jeff one, and that's where it would be. You can just
What
switch
is
between journal and chat. For you, it would be the second one. For me, I have art library in between.
Okay.
But essentially the one closest to chat, other than art library.
Handouts. Okay, I got a bunch of, like... Because I go to the one I have, like, named monsters, basic monsters, characters, assassins, blah, blah, blah. Is it... Law book, magical notes for everyone. Where's mine?
Oh, right, I haven't added in your notes yet. And I will also add you to seeing this one since you do have that list now. Oh.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
First one does not
Miss.
hit.
Miss.
Yep.
I'm not doing very good.
Both
Can you-
miss. Uh,
Right, I'm
so
gonna try
you
and talk
essentially
it
just
down.
wait. What color is your beams?
Okay, so as a celestial warlock, what you see is basically his fins open up as you see about these fucking little rainbow of lights shoot right out from
And
the side
she
of his shoulder.
effortlessly dodges both of those beams.
There, I
I'm gonna try.
intimidated her.
Stop, stop, stop. We are not part of the cultists that attacked.
She goes and says, "That's what they all say."
I try and persuade her.
I
So
look
that,
at her and I go,
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds like some cultist speak right there. After all, who is the real cultist here? The actual cultist trying to
13
murder us,
persuasion.
or the cultist accusing people of being a cultist? Exactly. I'm reading your mind. I think it would be now to bring up. This character only has like 11 intelligence
Oh God. Oh, that's not completely horrible.
and 12 wisdom, so like, don't expect smart shit to come out of his mouth.
Who needs smart stuff?
Okay. No, I rolled 17 for the persuasion on that, like to stop.
so was Lawrence, ignore mine.
Where's my spell save?
She is unconvinced as believing you all to be a cultist.
I share with the guild badge.
Oh yeah, can a cultist do this? And I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame in front of her.
Cultists can do anything they want.
I just show
and
her
can
my
be a part
badge
of the
and say,
guild if
"I'm
they
the
so
head of the fucking
choose.
police."
Oh yeah, you can't prove that I'm part of the church.
I just show her my
At this
badge.
point, Mario just has walked in and is like, "What the heck's going on here?" As
I
the
say,
Kegro
I
just
say, crazy.
turns
I say,
and
crazy
is
bitch tried to
almost
stab me.
confused as about what the heck's going on.
She dropped from the ceiling and attacked Wretched. She thinks we're cultists.
She goes, "I see," and then walks over and proceeds to go and say, well, just smack her and say, "Bad." Uh, and she's even more confused about that.
I take this opportunity to move out the way.
Alright, so you're now no longer grappled. And
And
she's
that
still
girl.
she's essentially just kind of looking and pointing at you all, or at least shifted between looking and pointing at Mara and then looking and pointing at you all. Uh, and she goes
Yes.
and Mara just goes and says, "They are fine. Stop." And she essentially then turns to Wretched, bows, and says, "Sorry."
Is there? Wyron is suspicious. Is there a relationship between these two?
They know each other, but that's about as far as you can tell.
I just,
Insight.
I just,
Insight 20.
Potato.
I go up to her and say, "Do not stab me again."
You can feel that there's probably some relation, but you can't quite tell which what that would be.
Well, it doesn't really matter. She's under arrest.
I say, "Warren, heal me."
I
She
heal
goes
you.
and points her rapier at you and says, "I still could kill you, you know. Don't tempt me." As she then puts away her rapier.
I just show her my badge and say, "You think I care?"
She
I go.
shows
I go.
she shows you an insignia and says, "You think I care?"
I go over to. I go over to
And then
William
puts it
and
away.
stop him. Stop
Young
it.
love. I love seeing it.
Wait, she shows him the an insignia.
Yes, to William.
Yeah, I don't
Do I
care.
see this?
And I literally say that to her. I don't care.
Do I see this insignia?
Roll perception. See if you can get it as like.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you get a faint glimpse of something that appears red. You think it might have a sword or something on it, but other than that, you're not quite sure.
That was a
Do I
21.
see this
You should
well?
have been able to see it.
I mean, yeah. And it wasn't like she was trying to hide that.
No, she was essentially just pulling it out and pointing it specifically towards Will, and then after he essentially got an idea of it, put it away.
Yeah, I have no clue what it is because you just said it's an emblem. So
I mean, you would recognize it as MA's.
still don't care.
I go over to Will and just slap him across the face, saying, "Don't cause more shit."
Shit is my middle name.
Hey, Will, what was that emblem? That insignia.
This person says, "Don't worry about it."
Will,
I-
what was that?
MA.
It was MA?
Well,
Okay.
wait, RMA or the fake MA?
That was probably really MA symbol, which means that you work for MA. Good to know. He told us to come here and he told us to stop these
her
cultists.
sword at you and says, "If you tell anybody, you're dead."
Bitch, I don't care.
No, she points the sword at Wyron.
Wire will Lily poke into the sword and say, technically, your boss protects me. And he'll flick the sword.
She goes and says, "You know
Cursed
nothing,
heavy
and
motherfucker.
my boss does not care. He will kill even his allies."
Well, it depends.
Not
on
as long as he's interested in not as long as he's interested in them and understanding them. Which case,
Who says he's not done? And as she puts away her rapier again.
the fact that he hasn't killed me, and the fact that I've insulted him, challenged him, bugged him, and everything else to just basically piss him off, and he still hasn't killed me.
Well,
That could also just mean that you're are not worth his time. He could easily just
True.
send in one of us to go and kill you after all.
I really want to beat the shit out of her.
well, no.
Wyron
I
is
mean,
just his usual self, smiling, tilts his head to the side, and is like, "True," but then again,
if someone stabs you, it's a sign of good friendship, so it's natural that you beat them back.
Fucking drow.
She goes and points at Princess character and says, "You do that with people like me, and you are dead."
Little bitches who deserve to rot in gutter butts?
I step in between them, say, "Stop
She
this
goes and
shit now."
points her rapier at you and says, "If you keep
We
that
have
up,
half the
you are
party
going to
vote.
be next."
No.
And then puts her rapier away.
It's like, yeah, I get in between everyone, saying, "Stop this."
Am I supposed to be scared by that girth?
Mara says you might want to back off on her.
yeah. So Wyron's going to update you on the history of MA, or at least his understanding of the history of MA. So there are two conflicting theories of MA. One is that he is over 2,000 years old, in which case I believe him to be a god, and the demigod slot rank of stuff. The other one is that it is a master assassin who can slaughter armies all by himself and chooses disciples who can follow in his footsteps through the ages. I'm a fan of the former, So yeah, I think that he's a god.
William, is it the same one I've known my whole life?
Yeah,
Uh, you know that there's a MA. You're not sure if it's been the same MA because
I
easily one could be there with the voice changer.
I
Because
know.
it has been
I just
proven
look
to
at him
you
and say
for most
both
likely
are
that there
correct.
is a voice changer.
I asked the cat girl. I asked the girl if she's heard of a person called Alice May.
Uh, Not that I recall. So if she's with us, she's not in my jurisdiction.
Both of them are correct.
I turned to Will. It's like, what do you know? Glaring at him.
I mean, Will's over 2,000 years old as well. So yeah, it's a conversation I've been meaning to have with you, Will, but haven't had time. So there's one that is over 2,000 years old, and he has a bunch of disciples. Good to know.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
pretty sure of.
so disciple number whatever you are. We're here looking for the cultist. Any information you have is very useful. Please put us in the right direction. If you know where they are heading, if you know what they look like, if you know how many there are,
I do
abilities,
not
anything.
know on any of that. All I know is whoever did this is definitely very smart. Uh, we were under orders to go and be maintaining patrols between all districts. Uh, Meaning they had about uh, somewhere between 1 and 5 minutes in order to do their entire attack here before I would have gone back to this and noticed. Uh, so they're obviously learning and where they're attacking. And so you will probably be able to find them through a certain day if you go and try hard enough to find anybody that might be out of place.
Okay, we know about the attack in Darmorn, Fox Range, and now here. I think the next place they would attack would be Dunwich.
Sure.
I'm asking her, does this sound right?
Depends on how guarded it is. If it's well guarded,
Um,
then if they're smart, and doing something like how this
We lost.
is they would be trying to attack either A, something that's not as well guarded, or B, a attack between while the guard is out, or while there's no guards looking, rather.
our best bet is to intercept them, but we don't have any idea of which way they went.
I say we go to Dunwich and then we can scout.
Scout outward from there.
Yeah. At least then we are people inside the city as well.
Yeah. And me and Mark can scout from the air.
Anything else you want to ask this NPC?
I mean, you sure you don't have any useful information for us at all about this attack?
Not really. The most I can go and do, or at least offer, is whoever is behind this seems to be drastically intelligent. And I'm not sure on how intelligent, whether it is just a mastermind that's getting lucky, or if it's actually somebody of MA's caliber. Uh, but the fact of the matter is there is somebody behind this. There's no way that just simple cultists would be able to pull off feats like this, especially
Whoever it is
and
likes to dress
survive.
up as a May.
Hmm.
Whoever it is likes to dress up as a May. They threatened us when we were getting close to shit.
They seemed
Tried to take the.
reluctant to attack me as much.
The the MA person that you saw there is probably our mastermind.
Rogue agent is my bet.
I mean, if it was a rogue agent, May would probably take care of that, right?
If he knew about the rogue agent, that is.
I mean, I messaged him and told him.
There's no guarantee that anybody that's still on the network has gone rogue as aiding these cultists.
Hmm. Okay. Wire's going to reach down and touch the dirt and use replay events here.
It is something similar to the armory where this medium fire elemental thing came in. Only difference is it murdered the one cat girl that was here standing guard over the horses. Then proceeded to go in and decimate the entire room before disappearing into a portal. And she appearing in a couple moments later.
You just missed him.
I was afraid of that.
And shit. Was the other girl an agent like you?
No, not usually with the network. Work one agent and is suitable enough to go in and fight the entire. Well, usually an agent is able to go and handle whatever problems can arise in a city. So, unless they're part of a very specialized unit, and there typically won't be more than one agent in any city at any given time.
So when we were walking here, was there like a trail of like burnt ground? Like, did it look like the fire
It's a
elemental went from
stone
the armory?
pathway. There's
Well,
nothing to
yeah, but
burn.
even stone can char, like, blacken. Did it look like the fire
I can use
elemental
that
like
to track.
came
Oh
this way,
yeah.
or
Uh. Uh. Hold
like
on.
did it look like the fire elemental walked from the armory to here?
And it's at that point that I realized that I had that hidden.
Has what hidden?
That part was black.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, it looked like the fire elemental came down through here and came into here.
I
Okay,
was gonna say,
so
I go up to the stone and try and track it, and try and see if I
well,
can
no,
track it.
It left via portal.
Over a portal.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like because I was trying to figure out if it was two elementals or just one. So now that I know it was one, where did the portal show up in here?
Um. It probably showed up like, right about down here.
Can you ping it again?
I'm still
not seeing
pinging
it.
it. You might want to scroll
Okay.
down if you can't.
All
see
right, there it is. Okay, there it is. It's just lagging for me. Okay, so Wyron's going to go down that way, and he's going to investigate the spot with the where the portal was with an Arcana check. Just give me a second to get down there. And
I mean, there's no portal there now.
I mean, yeah, but maybe there's. He's just hoping that he can get like some residue or something, like an idea, because he knows that it's in his head it's demonic. So just want to do Arcana check and see if like can he like get a feel for like the portal or anything like that, like. Like, does it have a magical signature to it that he would recognize?
Not particularly. Though, the portal does seem to have faint traces of heading around. Oh my god! Wow, the edgy on the corner of the map. It seemed to have been heading or portal rather, more to words like the inn in Candlelight Woods.
Oh, well, you say I get a location like it would go toward?
Yeah, like it pretty much went to the inn of Candlelight Woods. That's the closest you can pinpoint, or the most that you can really get from like the faint traces of the portal.
More than I thought I would get. All right, so I got to go back and relay this information. We need to head to the inn.
Wait, why?
Because
you glad?
because the portal
Yeah.
took that damn elemental straight back to the inn.
I head over to the inn. I run out
So,
the door
yeah.
quickly.
We need to go to the inn.
To be fair, I do not have the map with the inn on it. So,
That's okay. We'll roleplay this. I
Yeah.
want to know.
So essentially, you go into this decently nice inn. So like this marble type floor,
Ooh,
a
fancy
couple
inn.
marble columns scattered around, and in there you also see a pink-haired cat girl behind the counter.
Where it's completely ignoring everything, and he's literally sensing out with magic, trying to figure out see if he can get a feel for the portal, of where it would opened up at.
And I'm going to use
What do you
my
want me to
tracking ability to try and
Roll
see if there's
Arcana.
anything there. What would mine be?
Woohoo!
You seem to feel faint traces of the magic from room 103. And also it would be same thing to you, Wretched. So
Arcana.
Arcana roll. You don't really know anything about where that would be.
You don't know anything.
All right. Wyron runs over to the receptionist and says, "Who stayed in room 103 last night?"
Actually, I'm going to say that's this much of a chance, and then see whether or not it does.
See if they would know.
Oh no, it's that time.
It's like whether the day shift or the night shift.
It seemed to have been a raven folk. Well, it seemed to have been some sort of bird.
My instincts kick in and I'm growling. It's like,
Okay. Do you have a name?
It's the birdie.
Um. Okay, let's see if there. I do not have those things. No.
Okay. Okay. But no. So
Yeah,
Wire's
let's
going to
start
immediately tell.
questions.
Wire's going to immediately start telling William that whoever stayed in that room, 103, had the portal exited there. It went from the stable yard, the stables to here.
I mean,
Whoever was
do
in
keep
there,
in mind
they're
that it technically was a day for you all to get back over here, though.
I go and investigate room
So
103.
it could be 2 days ago. So okay, so 2 days ago, whoever was in there like 2 days ago. Sorry, Wire's a little flustered and like trying to like
Okay, somebody
piece
just
together
opened a
because
video.
solid lead.
I think you just started a video.
Yeah, I think that would be Lyra that did.
And you just crashed.
Oops.
Starts video, crashes.
Oops, sorry.
It's right.
That's fine, man.
No,
Press
sorry,
the
man.
wrong button and crashed me.
Sorry.
That's fine.
All right, so but no, Wire's going to tell everybody that whoever was here, that's the person that like 2 days ago, whenever this happened, that night,
I go invest.
that's the thing.
I go over to
She
room
goes
103
and
to
says,
investigate it.
I don't remember the name.
Oh god.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't hear you through the static, Lyra.
Sorry, 1 second.
Anthem.
All right, sorry. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can hear.
No, Wire's just. It's a solid lead, so he's kind of like flustered and like trying to get this information out.
Okay.
And
I asked
trying to
her
get to everybody.
give us the key to the room.
And then corrects it to her. No, it was 2 days ago. It was the night of the attack on the military district. Who was staying in that room? Because that person is the person responsible for the attack, or at least is related to the person who's responsible for the attack.
She goes and says to William, that would be one gold.
I just showed her my badge.
She plucks down the key and says, "Happy investigating," and she says to Myron, "It's like, I already told you, that I don't remember. You asking again is not going to change my answer."
I asked her a question. Can we see your books?
She says,
Yes, you're legally
"Sure, but
required to have a
I
book
have
according
no
to
idea
everybody.
why you would really need to see my books."
Because you're legally required to have a book that has the name of every person who buys a room from you.
I mean, to be fair, that's just that would be common practice in this world. It's not legally required, or at least it may not be legally required.
Yeah, but it's common practice.
It
So
should be yes, but it should be. That's the point.
so,
Uh,
and we're sure that this person was a bird person.
For tax purposes, at least.
Does he have a parent to be a
that's the
bird
reason.
person?
Well, no, that's the reason why people have to keep books. I mean, even back in the old days, like in the Roman Empire, we have books from businesses that were basically recording their expenses and, who they were selling to, what they were buying for tax purposes. So even a medieval society to a, free societies had fucking books. Accounting books. It just shows you, no matter how far away you get, no matter how far into the past you go, there will be accounting books.
Oh god.
Lawyers and accountants. They're immortal.
Yep.
okay, so
Oh, yeah.
she does have the book, and there's the name you're going to receive. that is the name of, at least the name listed for room 103.
Oi, those
Okay.
son of a bitches! They're
I
using
found
my fucking name.
Wait, really? No, it's green mist opposed to well, it's green one opposed to green mist.
Yes, but it's still
It's
my
still the
last
green
name.
part.
I show it to Mara. Say, do you recognize the name?
Not particularly.
Oh, well, I know the name. It'll be history check, won't it?
Uh, I mean, you can try, but I don't think you would actually know anything about this name.
Shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
as far as you can tell, it's probably just some random person's name and is not important otherwise.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we go into the room, and that's where I'm in the portal from and everything.
yeah.
What's the room look like?
Um, just the typical room. So like it has like this little nightstand next to the bed. Uh, it's a decent and bed, like kind of like a kind of like a queen size bed with the nightstand on the left. Uh, uh, there does seem to be like a little bit of a couch. Other than that, it's a relatively unfeatured room.
Okay.
The wood, I'll say the floor does seem to be a little bit more stone-like, other rather than the marble that was outside. Uh, and then like about uh like a 5 foot diagonal from the nightstand, there does seem to be a little bit of charredness on the uh. Actually, no. I think that they would have cleaned that up.
If they're smart, then yeah. So,
Yeah.
Wire is going to, in order, replay events on the bed, on the nightstand table, and then on the couch. And the last place you gotta do it is on the very floor of the room itself.
And I'm going to see if there's a scent anywhere so I can track the person that was saying there. So that'll
It's 2 days
be
You
ago,
go
so
absolutely.
and
it's not.
see a on the bed this bluish type bird person just laying down, probably resting, and that's just about all that you can tell from
Do
that.
do I recognize the bird person?
I don't think that you would.
Um, alternate dimension. Is it
No,
that
not
guy?
that bird.
Okay, just want to make sure. If not, this is because if I saw him, I'd be immediately going to EMA. I'm like, fuck this. We're not dealing with that.
I mean, to be fair, he
So
could be involved in this.
he could be, yes, but
Great.
yeah, why would be like asking for compensation or more stuff to help? Okay, so nothing on the on the bed. I get him on the nightstand.
On the nightstand, and you do seem to go and get like a yacht tea person, and but they're pretty much just going and laying in bed and placing next to them a bag of what seem to be coins, and probably like travel funds for their trip. Where they're going, you're not quite sure.
Okay, on the couch.
Oh, I got it.
Does he?
You go and see with the couch out. this little cat girl that seems to have to just be taking off the couch cushions and seems to be cleaning the couch. You would recognize her as the receptionist, so she probably doubles as like
The
the
maid.
room cleaner, or
Yeah,
either
he's the
there's
maid.
somebody that's like her twin or something that goes in and cleans the rooms.
Okay. And then last, I'm going to touch the floor of the room itself, just to see what I can get.
Okay, this time I will do that. But okay, so you see a gift in there, and just seems to be stopping and being like, "Damn it! I really can't win with this stuff. Man, I could really use a break."
Okay, so I've seen a Yonti,
So the cult
Ravenfolk,
people.
and a Gith.
As well as the receptionist.
And the receptionist. Okay. And do I know how like far back my replay events can go?
Not particularly.
Oof. Okay. Go back down and look at the books and look through everything. They don't record race, so shit. I tell her that there was also a Yonti and a Gith. Were they before or after the Ravenfolk?
Well, the Ravenfolk was the most recent one, and they checked that out this morning.
Did you happen to overhear where they were heading? Or is there anybody here in the tavern in the inn who would have overheard?
Hold on, let me get where the main race is. Okay, I would love to say that's to Spirit Cliff, but because I don't have that planned, I'm going to say they seem to have been heading in the way towards Yapsa.
Yapsa, which would be to the
south of and it's specifically where the Black City is. Because it's either I go and plan for you. It's either we go and do like, hi, I don't have anything planned for Spirit Cliff, shoot, or I say they're heading to the Black City. Hence why I'm saying they're going to the Black City, because I at least have that planned, or mapped rather.
shit. Well, if they went to the Black City, then they're not going to Dunwich. But if we go try and travel into Black City and cut them off there, we lose time and can't stop Dunwich. Oh, fuck.
The alternative thing is you could split the party, but then and the party that is dealing with the cultists essentially has to deal with them down a couple of members.
Yeah.
Yep.
I say,
Or we put Mara in one party and Will in the other and have them communicate.
true.
But we don't know that Mara has a cell phone.
So, what are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking we put all our eggs in one basket because that's the only one that makes true sense. And he left.
Yep.
What time is it for you guys over there?
I mean, I
It's
think
1 o'clock.
Wretched. Sorry, yeah, I think Wretched is like 1 a.m. Lyran, I think that they're like
7:05
yeah
p.m.
7:05.
Damn.
I mean, we could stop here for the night and like talk to the rest of the group next week. Shit. Again, it's just like because we don't have like a definite fucking thing,
I
and
mean, to
I
be
thought it
fair,
was
that
gonna
would
be.
give me time to plan and Spirit Cliff though.
Yeah, if you, I don't mind
I
doing
mean,
that.
if okay, I just want to know if we go to Spirit Cliff, are we actually gonna get a chance to fight these guys? Because that's all I really want right now.
Same.
Uh, I mean, there's a way to directly fight them. I'm not saying that is there. But you might be able to find somebody in Spirit Cliff, especially since, as Mammon said, hey, if you guys is go to Spirit Cliff or are interested in joining, head to Spirit Cliff. It's just that it may not be one of the ones that you're specifically looking for.
I could join the cult secretly. Find out when they're going.
Technically, any of us is good, but
Yeah, but the problem is you guys have Mara, so you would probably be ordered to go and try to bring Mara in.
I could tell the plan through wiring.
Lyron's not like a long range communication, so you actually would have to cast sending first to go and have you be able to report back.
I mean, yeah, it's just. This also would leave completely and utterly. If Dunwich gets attacked, it's completely and utterly fucked.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's the plan for what's being attacked is already there.
I know, but we don't know the plan and shit, and I can't get any information. I haven't gotten information to say like, hey,
They're heading here.
yeah. Other than like the the receptionist saying that it looked like they were heading toward Spirit Cliff or the Black City. Which one? Or if we end this right here, is it the Black City or is it Spirit Cliff?
I was thinking more on Spirit Cliff, but like I just said the Black City because like then if
You
you guys
don't have
say
it.
yes, let's head there now, I could bring you actually to the map rather than being like, well, what is a map that I feel like would be similar to this capital?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, which the whole point of the capitals was like they are supposed to be different from each other. So like, Angel Ridge is kind of like this totalitarian type capital. Spirit Spring is kind of like this snowy, well, a mix of a snowy and spring type capital. Fox Range is kind of like an old timey capital. So like they won't pay. They will refuse to pave the actual thing. They are now making their buildings out of stone so that they will, at most, char rather than just be like, "Hi, we're now on fire and we can now permanently burn down."
Okay.
And then for Rasmia, it's just easier to think of their capital as Atlantis.
I don't mind waiting. I'm not really that bothered. To be honest. I'm not fussed.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I'd like to know like more concrete, like where the fuck they're going, and like
Oh no, like
like more information.
if we're doing the mez like right now, then it would be the Black City. If we're waiting a week, then it would hands down be a Spirit Cliff.
Okay.
It's just how much do you want to go after these cultists now?
No, I mean we'll end here.
Yeah.
I just want to know, like,
Yeah,
Gordon.
hands down that Ravenfolk was taking this way.
Okay.
The only
Alright,
problem
so
is like unless he's actually like, well, the only problem is he would pretty much be like right about there as like the most for how they are.
it's traveling.
Yeah, because like this
Then again,
is about 11 days.
yeah.
Well, that's an 11-day travel time for the cultists.
Mhm.
And you never know, they might be attacking and somewhere else like around here, opposed to heading off to Spirit Cliff in that point.
So Refren, is that like the name of the country, not a city?
Yeah, that's the name of the country, Refren.
Okay, Refren.
I still have to think
And
of the name for their capital, which is like right there. Because essentially
Purple
the
Blossoms.
inspiration between Cronia and Refren was essentially the U.S. Civil War. Only difference
Okay.
is kind of like Woods went into a monarchy, Refren actually became a republic, or rather stayed a republic.
Okay, so this right over here is also it's also a
Yeah, well, like that's also technically a possible target, but they would pretty much have been hitting that like right about when, well, they would have been
we got
attacking
back
that in
to
about
Lightwood.
half a day from Candlelight Woods.
Uh-huh.
So if you went over there and checked it out like immediately, then you would be able to identify on, hi,
Whether or not they was there.
they're here.
Which they probably did attack, right?
I'm not saying whether or not they attacked it.
We'll find out.
Yeah. I mean, I already have the cultist plans, and as well as any NPCs that might be in the background trying to go and actually get rid of these cultists, but I'm not going to say any of that.
You're not giving us any concrete freaking information. This sucks.
It's mind fucked.
Hey, I'm telling you that
I've
the
given
real folk was heading towards Spirit Cliff.
No evidence, no nothing, and then yells at us, "Why aren't you guys doing anything?" I'm done.
Yeah.
So do you want me to
Essentially.
just stop planning things for those cultists and do something else, or actually go and continue playing for the cultists?
I don't mind.
I really
don't
wanted
mind.
to finish this story, but I want us to at least know what's happening. Because like
I
every
mean-
time we make a plan, and then we're like, "Oh yeah, they'll be here in this many days," and it's like, okay, so that we make our plan around that. Oh, but you can't stay too long because they could also attack this place. So it's like, okay, so we stay here, we add an extra like 3 days onto our stay, and then we move on to the next place, and then it's like, oh yeah, the second you guys left, they attacked, even though it was like 3 days. They attacked 3 days later than what they initially should have.
Well, they always could be trying to go and just investigate the city as you guys are there, and you just don't realize.
Yes, but you can see how that pisses us off as players because we have no way of. You
And
give
I
us
even said that
multiple
I'm looking
locations.
and perception checking everything and everyone and looking through the city and like looking for the shit, and then you just say, nope, you don't see anything.
Yeah.
Even though I'm rolling like 17s and 18s, and like I don't see like anything suspicious.
Well, to be fair, those NPCs are also probably about to piss off MA, just due to where they are.
Yeah, but that still doesn't help us.
I mean, if they're heading toward Dunwich, they're gonna fucking piss him off because that's like right in his backyard.
Because again, we were given a bunch of locations on where they possibly would go to, and you're like, why wouldn't they attack the city? And it's like, because it makes no sense for them to attack the city. Well, they had this elemental, and it's like, well, we didn't know that. You just have to understand how it's kind of like, you give us multiple locations. So we have to go to all these locations and try and protect them. And you can't, and they're not close enough for us to be like, oh yeah, we'll just pop back here every like hour or two. You know?
I mean, you always do have the Ex Machina points.
All right, fine. I'm using Death Oxygen point. Where the fuck are they attacking? Where the fuck are they going?
I know, but it's just a matter. We shouldn't have to spend points on this. We've been doing this for weeks, rolling all high numbers. We should have some clues.
Well, to be fair, the Ex Machina point is more for clues, but I will give you the hint that they seem to be attacking in a pattern.
And they're attacking capitals.
I mean, Darmorn isn't a capital.
Okay.
So they're attacking in a pattern. We have no clue what that pattern is. So, a waste of a Machina point.
I mean, like, you already. This is where you know that they have attacked.
I agree with that lettering. We're a fact. Yes, but it's still, we have no. It hasn't.
All right, so do that.
The thing about something like this is that you need to tell the players what's going on.
So
you're making assumptions based on the information you have that we don't.
Thorgrid?
For how we plan.
If you want to go to Thorgrid, that's perfectly fine, Warren. I do also have that planned. Or mapped, rather.
Hang on, let me zoom out here. If they're actually doing a fucking pentagram, I'm going to stab you.
Oh, please not.
I mean, to be fair, if they are doing a pentagram, that would imply that they're going to attack Thorgrid and Fox Range again.
It fits. They're making a pentagram.
I'll freehand it. You keep it.
Okay. All right. Right. Arcana check. If Wyron realizes that they're doing that, Arcana. Why would they be doing this?
I'm not sure if there would be an arcane reason on why they would be doing that, though.
Okay. All right. So what are we roll to see about why they would?
Because they want to. Because it's demony. I don't think they have a reason why.
I think it would be an insight check as something more appropriate.
Okay. How's that?
Alright. So Darmorn is kind of like a wild card. But Fox Range and seems to have been an unprotected, similar to Darmorn. And Candlelight Woods was attacked in a blind spot. Uh, so what you're like the reasoning behind it, or at least that you can figure, is that they're probably trying to attack blind spots that still could go and have a decent payout.
Okay, using that criteria and Wiren's intelligence and stuff like that, yes, I know he rolled a history of the fucking world before and got like a natural 20 on shit because he reads a shit ton. Where is the next likely blind spot that they would attack?
Well, excluding on FMA is there or not. The closest blind spots, because the capital would be decently protected, would be Thorgran, Last Side, Aflone, and then the Black City over here.
DSS Machina Point, are they going to attack Thorgun?
I mean, the Ex Machina points are more for like hints rather than the answer itself. Plus, you already used it.
Damn.
Yes, on information that didn't give us at all what we asked. Or help us in any way.
I mean, it helped narrow it down for like if you were actually to go in and try to find a cultist that might be attacking something.
A cultist might attack something. Yes, we already knew that. Cultists, they're attacking something. Spend your special point to learn that fact. Okay.
Alright, shit. Alright, we'll bring it up to the rest of the group to next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
My
I'm
brain
too
hurts.
tired to think of this. Ugh.
Yeah, these cultists have been tactical. That's basically what I'll give you.
You're just being evil.
We just have no information, and no matter how we roll, we have no information on what's happening. And we keep making decisions, and then they'll attack far past the point that
No
we decide to
return.
leave. So at this point, I say there's no point in us going anywhere.
Let the cultists come to us.
Well, to be
I'm about ready to suck this day. We're going
if the
to
cultists do come to you, they might actually go and just go full force.
I'm about ready to say fucking we all travel to the Nine Hells and go see if we can fuck up Mammon.
It probably would be simpler at this point to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All we have to do is see if I can convince Mara to actually put plane travel us there.
Yeah, so let's go kill Mammon. It's simpler than dealing with the fucking cultists at this point, because we have no clue what they're doing.
And I've literally tried insight checking the fucking movements to see if I can get figure out what the fuck they're doing. I've tried everything I can.
Yeah,
just
no, this isn't on us. We've done everything we could as players.
We tried speaking with the dead. All that pops up is that they're using a freaking elemental to do the bidding. There's demonic portals.
Teleporting.
Yes. They're traveling by horse though, so you know that.
And we keep getting, why aren't you doing anything?
Okay, in my defense with Speak to Dead, it is supposed to answers are usually a short, cryptic, or repetitive.
But that's not the point. The point is we're supposed to be given some information so that way we can hunt them down. Like, we're told, oh, they're attacking small towns. So we go, oh, we'll go to the nearby small towns to see if, they're heading this way. And then you tell us, oh, yeah, these are the 3 most likely places you know of. And then they attack the city. Even though that doesn't, with the information we were given, and you're like, well, you should have known they were going to attack the city. It's like, how the fuck were we supposed to tell they were going to attack the city? You treated it like it was something we should have known they would have done, even though it didn't fit in with their MO. And then we're like, okay, then they're going to Candlelight Woods. So we go to Candlelight Woods, and then we're like, based on the information we have and, how long, blah, 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 they'll be here in this many days. Then we sit there, wait 3 days, and then we're also like, well, there's also other places they're going to attack. So let's see if they went to that other place. And then the second we leave, they attack Candlelight Woods.
To be fair, I think part of that was I rolled to see if they attacked that. Either
But
that
still,
or I had
the
to
point
plan.
is, storytelling-wise, that pisses players off.
Yeah.
Because it makes it feel like no matter what we do, because no matter what we have done, it doesn't matter. They're not ahead of us because they're thinking ahead of us. They're ahead of us because you want them to be ahead of us.
If they forget on how much I've planned of them. I want to say that I planned each one of these moves. I know that the Fox Range one was planned. And I forget on how much I planned of the Cronio stuff.
Again,
I know
Fox
one thing I
Range
planned, at least.
would have been good. Like, oh, then they're far more prepared than we originally thought they were. But you treated it like it was something we could have stopped. And that's what I'm complaining about, is that there's nothing we could have done to save either of these locations because we were there at Candlelight. And there's nothing. And there's no way we would have known they would attack Fox Range based on the attacks they've done before, attacking pretty much undefended towns that, have no way of defending themselves against something like this.
Yeah, that were surprised towns.
Exactly. So them attacking a city just doesn't make any sense off the information we had. So there was no way we could have stopped that, and you treated it like it was, we're getting calls from people, and when we go there, they're like, why didn't you stop this? It's like, how the fuck were we supposed to know they were going to attack this location with the information we have? That doesn't make any sense for them to do.
Well, to be fair, that NPC was told more about MA, more by MA to call you guys. She just thought the MA would call somebody closer, and so she probably chewed out MA as well. Oh.
Yes, but you're treating us like idiots while doing it. That, can they mass cast it, meaning they can just continuously cast it, or do they need to set it up?
That would be
Judging by how much they took, like the rifles and stuff like that, I'm going to guess that they can cast it on individual items. And that I'm also guessing that somehow this person is able to see through their eyes of their elemental.
And then there's another thing, is that there must be multiple groups at this point. Because I don't think they're carrying all that stuff with them they've stolen so far. So there has to be like another HQ and multiple groups.
Right. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to leave it tonight because I'm absolutely shattered.
Okay, see you
All
now.
right. Later,
Night.
man.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
shall
so
see you next Sunday.
Hopefully we get something done next week.
some of the
Yeah.
clues that our dear GM let slip is that there's a cultist already waiting at Fox Range, which means that they're doing this. That's not just them, like.
Yeah, there's a whole organization.
Yeah. So once they get there, they've had people there scouting shit out already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
This
We
is
just
an
haven't.
organization.
you're referring to like before the attack, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
No,
That's
no, no.
fine.
Like I was
You-
actually getting concerned. As like, wait, I don't think I said that or that there was one currently there. One before the
No, not
attack there
currently.
was, but not.
But yeah, there
Yes.
was
So
people
we
there
know
before. So
we have
they are.
we know that they have people in the city before they attack. We don't know how to find those people. Is the problem. Because they're not using any unique iconography. They're not using any unique. There wasn't any like, oh, here's a sign, or oh, here's a name or something. So that way, people, the cultists who are our brothers and sisters, know, oh, this we're the spies. So we don't know that. So they could literally be anybody. So there's no way we can identify them.
Not really.
There's really nothing we can do.
Other than like
50-50 guess.
we 50-50 guess between the two, and then we like hope that we can find somebody.
Yeah.
And then again, even if we do, it's a matter of trying to spot like somebody acting suspicious in the city, and then or waiting for them to actually attack.
And the problem with waiting for somebody looking suspicious in the city is it's a fucking city filled with thieves.
Yeah, and there's thieves and other things in the city. Yeah.
Yeah, so that doesn't narrow it down.
Nope.
It's like, oh, let me go to the slums and see if anybody looks weird.
But to be fair, the Black City, it more just has people that are legally doing things rather than just like anything there. So like, if somebody's actually doing crime, then yeah, it would be suspicious.
Yes, but we're not talking about the Black City. We're talking about Thorgrin or Lakeside. Unless they're going to attack the Black City, because you keep mentioning the Black City.
No, it's Black Sea is where we're pretty sure their headquarters is.
I don't know. I
Fuck.
say that at this point we just go to Thorn and hope they don't attack Lakeside. And that's all we can do. We can't plan more. We can't do anything. We don't have enough information. We're as clueless to this as when we started.
What we really need is we need to start getting on their way, and then Wyron is going to get Mara and Connor in a car by himself so we can talk to them.
Yeah.
That will, judging on how that goes, I can probably get some help from that. Either that or Wyron's going to wind up dead.
Yeah.
Which case, I don't care.
So,
but yeah.
Yeah, we just go to Thorin. The only option we have at this point. Either Thorin or Lakeside, so...
Also, there's always a point that during the long rest that we get where Wyron falls asleep, his guide can always, tell him where shit's going to happen. Like, tell him where to go, because we forget that Wyron has an angelic guide that knows shit.
Yes. I guess we just have to stay, I say, a week in Thorin and see if they attack one or the other.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 13.
Since they're in no rush, we can't say when they're going to attack, when they're not going to attack, so... Yeah, I say we just have to wait in an area until they attack the next place. If they don't attack Thorin, then we go to wherever they attack next and see
about 16,
if we can't find any information. No, I doubt it.
Yeah, it'd be about a week, and for us it'd be about an 8-hour drive if we went straight there.
How long would it take them to get there, though?
8 days.
Okay, so
they're already a day ahead of us, so it'd be a week.
Okay, so we'll get there first, and then
we can
Then-
set up shit and
The
start scouting out.
Yeah. Then we'll wait until the week that they on the first day, and then we'll wait another week and see if they attack.
Hmm.
We'll wait a whole week in the town and see if they attack anybody.
During that time, it'll also give us time to stock up on shit because I know that
Yeah.
now that we're level 10, we can get rare potions and also get
I mean, it's more
Wiring.
level 11 for very rare stuff.
for very rare. But we can get rare stuff now.
I mean, you could have gotten that at level 5.
Yes, but we were usually in the dungeon, and then we were chasing the cultists, and
And
we haven't
but yeah,
had
wiring.
time to do anything. Because it's always been, oh, if you don't do this now, a lot of people are going to die, and at this point, we don't care if a lot of people die.
I'm about ready to turn this campaign evil.
Yeah.
Fuck. My
It's
head hurts. Trying to figure this out.
Same. I've given up, to be honest. I'm trying to figure it out.
I just want to fight these people. I just want to fight them because I've had ideas on how to deal with this fucking fire elemental problem. I have a potion of fire resistance which has been in my bag for a long while. It is just I just want to fight them. And the fact is that it's going to be a higher level like spellcaster, and Wyron is going to be like, I took down somebody more powerful than I am. Yes.
I agree fully with you. It sounds like it would be a fun fight. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
not
mean-
sure we'd ever get there.
I keep on asking like, if anybody sees anything. No, everybody's dead. Okay. That leaves me with no information on anything. I mean, I don't even get a look at anything. It's basically like, okay, somebody's just using the freaking elemental to do it, and they're opening up demonic portals, and it's just frustrating, man. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand where I'm coming from, right, Gordon?
Yeah.
If you were a player and like this is all you got because you don't know what the hell to do, I really just okay. So using the Deus Ex Machina points and everything else, Thorgrin is most likely the place they'll hit. It's a capital. It's got a lot of money. It's got military. It's got everything that they could want. They'll most likely hit it.
Well, actually,
Yep.
the capital is more there, but you're also not wrong
Yeah,
that's partially a money-making city.
Okay. Wait a second. Refren. What the fuck were the law? I think I remember there being certain laws in Refren. What the fuck was it?
Yeah, because with our friend, the main idea was that the capital, no, for friend was literally like a square away from Candlelight Woods, being the capital of Cronia.
Yeah.
Kind of like the
There-
capitals with the U.S. Civil War, which is what they are based off of. I just don't have the
Refren doesn't
capital
have any
plan for it.
laws.
Should.
No, there's none listed.
Yeah, I need to work on that apparently then.
This episode has just been us all going slowly insane from this.
I think so.
I mean, my character is already slightly insane because of all the bullshit with the. I now have relatives that I didn't not know anything about. Which I'm gonna have fun explaining that to my parents.
I mean, I'm an easy one to explain.
You're probably the most complicated. And just wait until I get in touch with MA again and ask him how the fuck you're related to me, because I'm betting he knows, and he'll just laugh.
It's like, not really, because all you'd have to say is, oh, he's our great-great ancestor.
I mean, yes, but
So
also like
Pretty simple.
how? Yeah, but also be like questioning like how somehow.
Magic.
Then also tell them that you're somehow cursed with immortality. And then if my mother actually remembers that she can cast remove curse and has it prepared that day, trying to remove curse, and then seeing what the hell happens with that.
Yeah, but we already determined in my backstory that it wasn't a curse, or well, it was a godly curse. So
Well, we're not sure if it's a curse or if she just blessed you to keep you that way.
yeah, I don't imagine she would allow. Because again, remember I said, yeah, the thing is that if he ever fell in love with somebody, the curse would instantly kill him. But since he's
Or at least
completely
most people.
asexual, he's lived thousands of years. It's basically a if I can't have you, nobody can kind of situation. But the fact of the matter is that he has no interest in relationships of any kind, and therefore it's just made him immortal or ageless. Make sense?
Yeah, and I mean, yeah. I mean, is there something that you keep on your person that like you have had for years and years and years?
My Warhammer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Popo.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, that too.
My
That doesn't count as an object. She counts as a living thing. I
Essentially,
can't.
my weapons and Popo.
So it's a matter of actually. Wire needs to take a hold of your take the warhammer and hold it and cast and use replay events on it.
3,000 years of events.
And just like concentrate on it for like an hour while doing this and see what all he can get and see if he can actually get the whole scene of you sleeping.
You get a lot of desk work from it.
I mean, actually, yeah. I mean, technically,
It'd be 3,000 years of me using my Warhammer to cave in people's skulls.
actually, we never really thought about this. If Wyron were to set with something and just use the replay events on it and focus on it for like a long period of time, what would happen? Or to just like replay one event and that's it.
Starts movie theater.
I think that would be like kind of similar events. So like, pretty much like I said, you just get a bunch of desk work from the wireball that he's probably been using for a while.
Oh, my character is on the map, and I don't know why.
Oh.
I am giant, I crush you now. Bang, bang.
To be fair, I forget why I placed you on the map. Oh, right. I think I went and was talking about at one point in one of the DM stuff about like hold on, let me get actually the image. Where is it? I know there's one specific image that is like there. Yeah, like I think that what it was just that like I was talking about possibly the size of that or something, and then I was mentioning about how there was this that was on the map at one point.
Okay.
I am pretty sure that was on the players on the players side to where you guys could have seen it. I'm not sure how none of you saw it.
Probably because we weren't looking at that part of the map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was literally at one point a big, massive cat girl on the right side of the military district in Candlelight Woods.
Oh, I saw that. I thought you meant on the big map. I just thought it was something like in the background or something like that.
All right, but
I'm kind of used to it. I mean, when you added the new player, he was the size of a colossus.
but okay. So we're going to Thorgrim.
Yeah.
Thorgrim,
And hope.
and we're going to hope that that's where they're going.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, I don't think we would be so angry and just tired of it if this hadn't gone on for so long, or if it had gone on for so long, we were at least given information of what was going on. Like, hell, we could have had a lot of fun if it was just them outthinking us. You know, like we kept getting this information, we knew where they were going, and we just weren't putting the dots together. But there were no dots to put together, and I think that's what's pissing us off. Is that there are no dots, that we're supposed to be doing this, it's supposed to be time sensitive, but there's nothing for us to connect. We don't know what's happening, we don't know what's going on. Make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, I am not a smart fucking person. I will literally do as the DM fucking tells me to, like, oh, so they're going here. Let's go there. They should have been here. They're not here. Go to the other target. What do you mean they hit there? We were just there. That is my fucking whole entire thing. I mean,
yeah, but problem
I
is
don't-
if I'm telling you where to go, that's kind of like railroading to me, and I really do not want to railroad to you all.
But the problem is that by basically you're railroading in the instance that, you know, we go, oh yeah, we put everything together, we figure out the locations where they're going to attack, and then we go to those locations. That isn't you railroading us. But what is railroading is that then you, once we leave, is then you attack the area. That's railroading. Because again, if we had figured out,
then again,
you know,
if
we
we're
were
doing
able
a
to put everything
storyline,
together and go, oh, they're going to this area. You know, and then you had them go, oh, when you guys were there, you know, they attacked. Or, oh, as you guys are leaving, you guys can start to hear combat happening. You know, that wouldn't have been railroading because we figured out that stuff. We figured out they were going to that place using the information you gave us.
and if we agree to a storyline like we did with this cultist, railroading us a little bit to like push us in the right direction of going and fighting these cultists, that's not real railroading. That's just like telling us, hey, here's your enemy. You guys have found him. Fight it out.
Wait a minute.
Again,
when you guys left Candlelight Woods, did I say a Yanti entered?
No.
You also haven't told me about anything like pertaining to Maman, even though I rolled a natural I rolled a natural 20 for a total of 30 on it to actually know like shit that's going to happen.
Okay, I clearly need to check back the recordings then.
Yeah. So like, because I rolled a natural 30 like to see what I know about Maman. That's how I was able to message him, and I didn't really get any information like on his cultist or anything like him, like that in your thing. You just let me message him and be like, that was it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I would know about him and his cultist. You just haven't said anything about it, so I would know like some things. Like if there is a way to distinguish them, I would probably know it. But
I just want to talk about the good. Again, this whole thing started off really good. You know, it
this is awesome.
A small town, and then we're like, oh, they're probably going to attack there. Then we heard that Fox Ridge was attacked, and that was handled really well. It gave us information we needed. It told us this is a lot of a bigger threat than we thought it was going to be, and what was going on and everything. It was a perfect way to start. What happened is what's happening now is that once we got to Candlelight Woods, that's where stuff started to go down because you didn't. It seems like you didn't want to railroad us, but in doing so, you did railroad us. Because with the information we got from Fox Range, we were able to tell, oh, well, they're going to attack Candlelight Woods. But there were a few other locations we would have, they could have possibly attacked. So we had to travel between those two locations, and we stayed a reasonable amount of time in Candlelight Woods for what was going on.
We stayed the exact time that we thought they would attack,
Plus a day.
plus a day. Then we were like, okay, we can't stay here any longer because this puts Scarlet Vale at risk, because they could have come right down through the mountains, and they could be marching right on Scarlet Vale. So we took a while to go to Scarlet Vale. We waited there for an extra 2 days, which goes beyond what they would have done for Candlelight Woods. Then we went to Rock, and then we get news that they attacked Scarlet Vale.
No, they attacked Candlelight.
They attacked Candlelight, which is a full 3 to 4 days after what we thought they would be.
No, not even that, because it takes us time to travel. So that was nearly a week after we thought.
No, it'd be 3 or 4, because we travel a lot faster than you think because of our car.
Yeah,
so yes, it was
Woods to Rock is literally a days for you all, whereas for the cultists,
about 5 days after.
Yeah,
so plus the extra day that we waited at Candle. So yeah, about 5 days after they should have attacked.
4.5.
4.5.
4.5 days after they were supposed to attack. During which time I specifically said I am going to fly out because I have my wings and I can fly for an indeterminate amount of time, and just start scoping out as far as I can, look for caravans or people coming in and stuff like that.
And you rolled really high from what I remember.
And I rolled 17s and 18s and stuff. And I was told you don't see anything suspicious or anything like that. And I'm like, okay. So that led me to believe, okay, so they're not coming to Candlelight Woods. They're not coming here.
Yeah. And then once we got to Dunwich or Rock, we were attacked by cultists. So that made us think, oh yeah, they're definitely going to attack here.
Yeah.
So we waited there, waiting for the attack that never happened. Instead, they attacked Candlelight.
Yeah.
All the evidence pointed to us at them attacking one of 3 places, and we got attacked in Rock after visiting the other 2 places for a really reasonable amount of time that they should have attacked for. Considering we were told they're doing this fast. You know, they're basically running to the area, attacking, and then leaving as fast as they can after looting. So we had no reason to believe out of the last couple of times places they've gone, for them to be waiting, and it doesn't seem like, oh, they're... Yeah. I can drop.
Hello again, Wyron.
Hello.
Okay, for a second. All right. But no, it's a great setup. I love it. Cultist fucking going after him, trying to stop this shit and being able to save people's lives. I love it. My character's behind it. He's up against another sorcerer a sorcerer, wizard, something like that, spellcaster, who's stronger than him, and because he knows that they're able to cast this spell, and they're able to cast it a higher level than he has currently. So he's like, yes, we can take this person on, and it's a good experience for him to push his limits a bit, because he knows that pushing his limits will actually get him more powerful in more ways than one. And it's also a way to make friends with MA, because MA is the one that gave us this mission. And right now, Wyron is feeling like he is failing out his ass because he could not stop 2 different attacks on capital cities. MA has to be thinking, oh my god, these guys are fucking worthless.
I mean, to be fair, MA is about to do exactly what you guys have been dealing with. MA 100% would understand, and right after what's about to occur.
But then you throw that. How it upsets us players, and that's what the thing is. It upsets the players. What's happening?
Because it just feels like I'm trying to ask the information, but you're not giving me the information that I'm asking. Because you're just saying, okay, well, everybody's already dead. You can't really get information from this. I'm like, oh, well, fuck. I don't have any way to get information from the dead because my fucking healer doesn't take, because our fucking cleric in the group doesn't speak with dead and is an NPC, so can't really fucking use that. We tried doing it with the bard from that, but didn't get shit from that. I mean, she also doesn't take commune, or can't take commune, when I know she fucking can. So, and it's just like I have all this stuff that we could do, and or trying to fucking ask, and I'm just getting nothing, and I'm just like fuck.
Yeah.
I just want to know which way to go so I can just fucking fight these guys and see how it goes.
Yeah, again, the problem is it feels like the information we're giving is completely useless.
And I'm rolling fucking high on my insights. I never roll high on insights. I have a history, like since day one. My insights are a 7. You roll a 7, you roll an 8, and I'm getting like insight rolls into the fucking cultists that are like 21, and like I rolled like an Arcana check on fucking Mammon, and I understand all this shit on him. I was actually able to message him without actually having ever met the guy. I should fucking know, like, inside my head, I should be able to piece shit together, and you should be able to like, tell me, hey, they're going here.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. I'm like, God, I don't know where the hell they're going. They could hit Dunwich, they could hit this, they could hit that, they could do, because I'm like getting paralyzed with all this shit, and I'm like, okay, what's the most important to my character? Dunwich. Downright. He will not let Dunwich fall.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry that's my character. It's where he grew up, so.
No, it makes sense.
So that's like with him, that's it.
But yeah. Again, this started out really, really
It
strong.
started out really cool, and then we just like lost information somewhere, and you say we were supposed to have it, but I can't remember what the hell we're supposed to have because we didn't get anything. I mean, I got a picture of a Yuan-Ti with some money. I got a picture of the Ravenfolk sleeping in the bed. The Ravenfolk was the last person to sleep in that bed.
And that they can teleport.
And that they have teleportation with some stuff. And I'm like, okay.
And you're like, we should be able to do something. And again, that's what kind of is making us upset, is we're being treated as if we should have been able to stop this. We had all the information, and really we haven't.
Yeah.
Or at least you guys could have had a lot of the information.
No, we couldn't have, because how could we have had the information? Answer me that.
I mean, one such thing is in Darmorn, you never asked the common NPC on what they looked like.
We did. We're asked, what kind of person are they? What's on with them? What are the, who was staying there?
Yeah, I think William did ask
Darmorn
that.
NPC? Like in the guild?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because William did. Because William went the whole police act on him.
Then I'm sorry, because I apparently never heard that.
Because, yeah, he was like asking, like.
That they would have seen somebody that looked like a Yuan-Ti, and then somebody looked like they were on horseback.
Just 2? Because I asked, like, how many there were. Because I asked him how many there were. I asked that.
And I'm
they
sure
replied,
they
don't know.
didn't know how many exactly.
Oh, come on. That's like being semantic.
Like, you could have given us the answer of, well, there was about 2 dozen, or maybe
2.
There was I only saw like 6.
I only saw 2.
We were able to gather from people that there maybe was a dozen or so.
I mean, after that attack, there was literally 2 people in town, and one was literally just like scared out of their wits.
Yeah. But no, I asked how many cultists there were, and you could have said I only saw 2, but I don't know how many there actually were. Would have been a better answer than you don't know.
I don't know.
Because that's what you basically said was I don't know. So
and
that's
kind
they
of the answer we've gotten for everything we've ever asked in this entire storyline so far. It's like every time we ask a question or we try and do something, the answer we always get is, well, I don't know. I mean, look at the time we went to Fox Ridge where we were like, what the hell happened? And you literally had the people, the survivors, the firemen, the everybody going, we don't know what happened.
I'm pretty sure they said that they don't
They
know
said living
exactly,
fire.
just
That's what they said.
an elemental or something seemed to have been jumping through building. Well, jumping
Yeah,
through
Your
building.
that's
exact
where I got the elemental.
your exact words were, the fire seemed it was alive, and we had to put
Oh, yeah,
together that
right.
it was an elemental.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
that
right.
was the only information we got in the entire city.
So it seemed like after Fox raged and everything, we started breaking down communication, and we didn't hear anything about a Yonti and Candlelight Woods until I specifically like touch things. So if that's the case, oh god,
Like I said, I clearly have to go back and check those recordings.
mm-hmm.
And to be fair, that's part of why I record them. That way, if some confusion comes up, because I was glad that I did at one point, because literally somebody called me out saying, and this person is the path to the Seven Terrors, when I was pretty sure they said that they were one of the Seven Terrors, not the path. And they were saying that I said something different when the recording literally proved me right. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because they can prove me both incorrect, or tell me, hey, I was being an idiot. You should have actually gone and said information, like how I did when Lyran asked a question. Then in the DM thing, I went and said he should have asked the exact same question, but for whatever reason during the session I gave him a different answer.
But yeah, again, this was enjoyable to start until Candlelight Woods. And the portion at Rock was really fun. Because that's mystery of why are they after one of our party members, what's going on. Like, that was really good. Right, Richard? Or not Richard.
Richard
Ryan.
went to sleep.
Ryan.
Wiring, yeah. Yes.
Sorry, I'm tired at this point. Because that was fun, thinking,
Weird
oh,
ass
they're going to
thing.
attack here. They've already attacked here. This was more than likely their scouting party. Like, yeah.
But no, I don't. I mean, I love the campaign. I love it. I think there was a breakdown of communication, and that you should occasionally, yes, railroad it a bit, especially if we were on a quest like this.
Again, the information we were given is really good because it allowed us to put things together. Such as,
Yes.
again, the only information we were able to get from Fox Range was the fact that the fire was alive. Everything else we got in that they were going to attack Candlelight Woods was stuff you had implied to us through the other attacks that allowed us to figure it out ourselves, such as, well, how could they have gone from there to there in such a little time? Oh, well, they must not have been walking, they must have been using horses, and they're keeping them somewhere else. So it was all
Yeah.
stuff we could have put together, and that we did put together based off the information we were given.
Yes.
And that wasn't railroading.
No. The fact that we were there for, like, so many days when...
Well, to be fair, you could always ask as NPCs if you ever get stuck. Because, like, Mara's been with you for
We did.
A lot of this.
We did. And
I asked Mara what her opinions were.
Then, sorry, I never
asked
heard
them
that.
to do certain things. I asked them if they could do certain things. I asked them for insight into, like, hey, what do you think they're doing? And they're like, I think you're on the right track. And I'm like, okay. It's just there's these little bitty things that I'm like, crap. I get stuck on it because I'm not like the big brain person for this. I like playing my wizard because I like him to be a blaster,
Yeah.
and occasionally support. he has haste spell for like, which I'm looking forward to using on a fighter, while he hides in the background. Um, he. It's just I didn't design him to be a tactician. He wound up being like a voice because nobody else was playing for a while.
Yeah.
I just think there was a breakdown in communication is all, and that
Yeah.
sometimes we give you permission to railroad us into a storyline, and if we think like it's being too railroady and we're not like having enough free time to do what we want, we will tell you. But for storyline like this, I wish we
We
would
need to
have
be
been like,
given information.
yeah, would have been like, I wish we would have been told, you can try and cut him off here and here, and just give me rolls to see if you can do it, like survival check to see if you can track him with wretched stuff. Yes, because he's a ranger.
And like when we were,
So we can get ahead of him. Yeah.
or like in Candlelight Woods, when you knew that was going to be a place we attacked, knew that we had other places that we thought, fudge it so that way, make it obvious this is going to be the place we attack before we leave. You know, you know, basically like, oh yeah, Candlelight Woods, you guys stayed here enough. Because it feels like, yeah, we stayed in Candlelight Woods for a good amount of time, and then nothing happened. Or if you knew we left Candlelight Woods and you didn't want to do that, then you could have had them attack Rock.
Yeah, that's the main reason why I'm saying that I need to go and check back on the recordings, because like I honestly feel like I've planned every single thing for these cultists, but like I like at this point I'm almost doubting that.
No, you want to know how it feels to me? It feels like, yes, you've planned out everything, but it feels like you've planned out everything as if we knew the information you have. And that's a lot of things that I see a common mistake, because me being a DM myself have made this mistake. It's a common mistake for DMs, and even Matt Mercer, one of the best DMs in the world, makes this mistake, is that they make information based off of the information you have. And
Yeah.
sometimes
I've literally seen him
you
on.
don't think of adding that information and telling us because you already know it and think we have it.
Yeah. Because I've seen him do it live on the show, and he's like, "Didn't I tell you guys? Oh, so this is what you need to know to make sure you understand. Like,
Yeah.
this is happening."
Like
And he's
before, like maybe you did tell us about, oh well, there was this person entering, this kind of this race of person entering the city in Candlelit Woods, but that wouldn't have mattered to us at that point because we didn't contact Moman until Rock, so we wouldn't have had the knowledge that that person was part of the cult until later on.
Or we didn't even know about the Yuan-Ti because when we asked for stuff at Darmorn, we didn't get it because we didn't get the information that one of them was a Yuan-Ti.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, is there a way to tell if somebody is in your world? Is there a way to tell if somebody is a cult of Mammon? Do they have a symbol usually on them, or do they just blend into everything? Because I would know.
It usually depends on whether or not they're in the robes. Because if they're not in the robes, they might not go in. Well, they might be able to blend in, and as just like some traveling Yuan-Ti or traveling Minotaur, or whatever race they are.
Traveling human. There's no like secret. Again, that's one of the things we looked for, and we determined that there was no secret. Like, oh, was there like a secret outfit they were wearing or something like that? And it was like, no, they were just wearing the robes or nothing, or just normal people clothing. So
their only fighter they sent out is a freaking fire elemental. That's according to the DM and everything. It's a Myrmidian.
Yeah.
Which is why Wyron knows that it's an upcasted conjure elemental spell.
To be fair, I never
So-
said that I had plate armor. I just
No, you
said
said it
No,
had
you said
Meridian is
Meridian.
one of the most powerful elementals outside of the Phoenix.
I mean, yeah, but the roll I did was like pretty high to guess which type of elemental it was, and you said it was a greater elemental, which would have meant that it was. Basically, the way you worded it led us to believe that it's a Myrmidian.
Yes.
The way you worded it, it was like, okay, so it's got to
Okay,
be a
that'll
Myrmidian,
do.
or it's got to be a Myrmidian, or it's a Phoenix. Since I know where the Phoenix is, basically, because of
Yeah.
since I know where that is, that ain't it. It's Myrmidian. This guy is summoning a Myrmidian, which means that they're casting it at, I think it was like 7th or 8th tier magic. So, yeah. Therefore, Wyron knows that the caster is more powerful than him and dangerous, and is either a wizard or a druid.
Yeah. Another thing about the rock combat. So that was a combat we had. And I swear that the ranger we were fighting who made the building got knocked down at one point. Where
No,
you
no,
said,
that was a
"Oh, it's just
misunderstanding.
knocked out."
That was a
That was a
misunderstanding.
misunderstanding? Okay.
But he said that she's going to go down next turn, and I thought it was like, oh, so the ranger was going to go down. No, he was talking about Talia. Talia is going to go down because the
Yeah,
ranger
okay.
was going to kill her. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that
she
was my
teleported
bad.
in there with the freaking ranger.
Yeah, but from
Yeah.
what you made it sound
Which-
like, it sounded like,
By the way, that ranger should have had disadvantage.
yeah. There was a lot of problems with that fight, and
With
just the
that
fact
combat.
that
Yeah.
that they ran away. Like, it felt like we fought, and we got nothing from it.
Yeah. And I was like, if we could have just gotten one of them, and like, hell, I'm pretty sure if we would have pickpocketed them or something like that, or
Even if we
got
just
information about
killed
them, we could
one.
have gotten some. I mean, yeah. Or if we could just, if we don't have to kill it, all we do is knock it unconscious, drag it into the damn inn, and then have me for like me and Retchy take care of it for like a few minutes. That son of a bitch ain't gonna do anything but talk.
Yeah. Again, the cultist really should have attacked at rock and not candlelight. Is a DM thing.
Then again,
'Cause
we don't know
we
why
had a
we're not.
lot led to us at them attacking rock rather than candlelight.
Yeah, it's just as I said, communication errors, and
Yeah.
I know you don't want to railroad it, but sometimes a DM has to railroad it to make sure
We
that
need to be given information, basically.
yeah.
Otherwise, we don't have a clue what's going on.
And I don't want to attack you, Gordon, because I love the fucking campaign. I love how my
Yeah,
character
again.
goes. I love how the world is built. I love it. I absolutely fucking enjoy it. It's just these cultists. It feels like you're making these cultists you, and we're supposed to fight the DM. Do you get that
Yes.
feeling?
And I understand that that would be a terrible feeling, and I've actually hoped that I've not been doing that.
Yeah.
That's part of why I'm gonna check the recordings to see whether or not it was actually, what actually occurred. Cause like,
Yeah.
I
So then
it's one
we
of those things where it's
misunderstood
like,
stuff, and
I've just now started to forget, and I'm not even sure if I
we've
planned
been
that
we've
or
been going
what.
after these guys for like almost a month now with the sessions.
Yeah.
Things are going to get miscommunicated. We're going to not remember stuff. You're going to
You-
remember stuff differently and stuff like that. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of why
Um,
I'm recording it, and why I'm gonna go back through there and at least hopefully with the week I go and have time to actually put into the notes for everyone one on and actually go and state a hey, these are this is what I have told you. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that way, you can't go and state, uh, uh, well, that way, you have all the information that I've given you that is technically important. Not sure how much you would actually think that it's important, but yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know that Wyron's not paying
Information you
attention to
didn't
people's
think was
races.
important now might be important later.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Again,
there's certain things that Wyron is not going to pay attention to certain shit
Yeah.
because Wyron is just
yeah, but
he's
again, all of us together, we're putting ideas off each other, and then those small things bounce. Like that's how we figured out they had horses.
yes. And if an NPC is there and the NPC has an answer to the question, chime them in. Just give them like the hey, remember this, guys.
Or
That's
if you think there's something that we should have put together and that we as a player aren't putting together, but our character should have, say, oh, I want one of you guys to make an insight roll, or oh, I want you to make a perception roll, or oh, I want you to make a wisdom roll.
or make an
To see if you
intelligence
put it
check.
make an intelligence check. Something like that. That would make, oh yeah, your character's been able to put this together. You might not have, but your character as a character maybe it's information that I as a player wouldn't know, but my character as somebody who's lived at 3,000 years would know.
Yeah.
Because again, I can't know every event that happened in my character's life, but you can say, oh well, it's reasonable that, William Greenmist at one point dealt with these cultists, so he might know something about, you know, something about how they might organize. So I want you to roll an intelligence or wisdom check to see if you know you can put anything together. Make sense?
And yeah, it does make sense. As though the only problem is how I've actually written these cultists would directly interfere with that. That's the only issue, unfortunately.
What the fuck did you write these up as? Are they super geniuses?
Yeah, that's another
No,
thing.
but
Is that
there
these guys
is
don't
one
feel like
that's leading
cultists.
them.
Yeah, fucking hell. Their leader is like an enemy of MA, isn't it?
Eh,
I think it's more of a
considered.
rogue agent. My theory from earlier. I think he's a rogue agent of MA. I think there's enough evidence to support that.
You should actually tell MA that.
Well, I did, and MA was... Again, I want you to look back at the call when we called MA.
Yeah. To be fair, that was part of the thing, because like I was first gonna check the DM stuff, because that would be where I would say like, for example, that they were for sure going to check Candlelight Woods in like this many days and stuff.
Instead, the only information we got was, oh, that might have been me, it might not have been me.
I mean, yeah, I don't, because the impression I get from MA was that he would not like if somebody was impersonating him.
Yeah. And when we called about him about a possible impersonator, he gave us a really weird answer.
Well, to be
Yeah, he
fair,
basically
like a
shrugged it
lot
off.
of the people in his network could go by MA, to also give up the impression that
Yeah, but when
he
we...
knows and sees all.
Yeah, but, when we were saying this dude was leading the cultists around, he should have taken it like, wait, what are they doing? This guy might be behind the attack. Somebody is using your name and he's behind the attacks on the... Or
Okay,
at
yeah,
least
that I would have to check back
which...
because I don't recall you saying and that he was leading the attacks. Like I do remember, him
I
being
didn't
told
say that
that.
he was. I didn't.
Yeah, we didn't say he was
I did not
leading,
say
but
that
we
he
did
was
say,
leading the
we
12.
were attacked by cultists, and this dude showed up and told us to not chase him, and attacked us.
Yeah, because like how I remembered that was just like, you guys said that there was somebody that attacked you using and his name, um, and that was it, and that they wanted Mara, which kind of just with him brought up the question. I was like, why? I didn't order anybody to do that. I didn't do anything on that. What
Then
the
he
heck's
should have
going
told.
on here?
Yeah. Then he should have told us
Yeah.
that, because right now we're because it made it sound like, yeah, he's the one that ordered that, which confused us.
Yeah, but well, no, he said this to he said this to Wyron, which Wyron isn't allowed to know anything yet because of things. Because Wyron's not supposed to know jack shit of like his stuff yet. So the thing is, when I called him, I told him, I think my exact wording was, somebody's pretending to be you in Rock. They tried to take Mara, and they stabbed me when I called them out for not being you. His response was like, well, if you annoy me, I am going to stab you. So, and as for taking Mara, there's a lot of reasons why. Those were his exact words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, so, I mean, Byron knows that was not MA. Because of their attitude. Because MA's attitude is much more, I don't give a shit about you. You don't matter to me. You can insult me. You can do whatever the hell you want. I can kill you with a flick of my wrist. You don't exist to him. This person was upset because I called them out for being fake. So therefore, they were not MA.
I mean, to be fair, if you did call the actual MA fake, he would be like, Stab, you do
Yeah,
not
but
want
he
to call
would have
me
been a
fake.
lot more cool about it. He would have used that as a proof that it was him, rather than where this one acted more enraged.
Whereas
He wasn't
instantly
calm and collected.
also MA to prove that he is the real MA would have taken me down to 1 HP. It would have just been an instantaneous. You're at 1 HP now.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
to
would
be
have been
fair, when he
cool and
did it the
collected.
first time, it was also when you were like level 6 or so. So
Yeah,
you
but
might
Yeah, but I
now
assume,
actually
like,
be able to survive a attack from MA with actually a decent amount of HP.
True, but it
Still,
he would have been cool and collected about it. He wouldn't have attacked us out of anger.
and he responded to Wretched. So I don't know if you were doing that intentionally or not, but the way you were doing it led us to believe that that was not the real MA. And so yeah, that wasn't the real one. And so Wyron knew that. Wyron's response to having MA tell him that was more like, okay, so if he doesn't want to tell me anything that's going on, I'll leave him to deal with the fake imposter him and figure out what the hell's going on with that.
Yeah.
And Wyron is more focused on the job that he was given, which is finding these cultists and stopping them.
Again, I think Ryan was right, and where I think this was just a breakdown of communication, and where you thought we had information we didn't have, which is a
Yeah.
common pit trap that everybody falls into when DMing, even Matt Mercer. So you really,
Even
if one of
Arcanum.
the best, if the best DMs in the world can't fall for this pit trap, you can't blame anybody for falling into it.
No, it's just no. I want to attack these people, and
Yeah.
I'm And
I feel
I
like
want,
we've had no chance to fight them or do anything about it. Because every time we
and again,
have fought them, they've run away.
I'm frustrated with the fact that they keep getting running away, and they're one step ahead of us, and it's just
To be fair,
I just feel like there's
in
nothing
Rock,
I can do to.
they actually ran away because it's well, we have two
I
options:
mean, I
either
purposely.
run or be defeated. Let's
I mean,
run.
yeah,
Yeah, but it just
I
makes us feel as players as if anything we do doesn't matter.
okay, so for the rock thing, that was my fault on that one. I purposely wanted to end that because I knew that if we kept going at it this way, they would keep just picking us off one by one and hiding, and we did not have anything like at that time. We did not have a way to track them, and those were assassins, straight up. They were not. There was no way in hell we were like going to pin them down and like hurt them with what we had. So I'm like, okay, Wyron, and that's what was going through Wyron's head. So he's like, okay, fuck this. We don't have to fucking fight them out here in the open. Everybody get into the inn, and if they want Mara that badly, they'll come in and they can try fighting us there. So I was pretty like, okay, either they're going to run away and we're going to regroup because I've already been expending spell slots and everything, or they're going to fight us on our terms. I didn't expect an MA wannabe to show up, and I would have actually thrown down with that motherfucker and tried to fight him too.
Yeah, we tried to fight him, and then we kept just. It basically feels like we were railroaded not into fighting him because I kept trying to attack him, and so was Wretched,
I mean, yeah,
and we were just
but
stopped from fighting him.
I don't want to, because the chances are that if he's impersonating MA and Wyron's head, because this is again my character, if he's impersonating MA, he has the balls and the strength to back up the fact that he can somehow act like MA.
Oh yeah, no, that guy 100% could have.
Yeah. So in my character's head, don't fight this guy, because one, if he's strong enough to like think he can survive MA's wrath, or insane enough, he has a reason to think so. And two,
Yeah, but
there's no need if he's just offering to fucking leave.
yeah, but as it still kind of like upset some of us who really wanted to. We want to get to the bottom of this. We want to fight. We want to
Yeah.
do something because it
I
feels
mean,
like
you didn't have to listen to my character. I was not rolling persuasion or anything. I was just trying to say, hey.
because it feels like also our rolls don't really matter. Because even if we roll high, like I rolled a 15 with my Warhammer, it's like, what the fuck was that chick wearing?
Oh.
Or AC.
No.
No, but I was asking about the cat girl.
The cat girl in the.
Oh
Her
yeah,
AC.
the cat girl had the wicked high. Wait, no, the one in Cadillac Woods, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, she was a part of the Assassins Network. She was not intended to be fought.
Yeah, but what was her AC?
Actually, yeah. To be fair, she should have given a potion to like Wretched, since she would have had one on her.
See, it
Yeah,
kind
to
of
heal
feels
up,
like
but
we just keep getting punched in the face, and there's nothing we can do about it.
I mean, we keep running into high level NPCs that we're not supposed to fight until like later on.
Yeah, but
I mean, to be fair, she just thought you were a cultist.
What are we?
So.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, even if I had done little damage to her, hitting her in the face with a Warhammer, that wouldn't have initiated combat. That would have just gotten her off a Wretched. At worst.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine she has a high AC wearing civilian clothing. Makes sense?
Yeah.
I think, we don't know their exact stats and everything, but I know that.
Yeah.
So Connor is now a part of the.
Aren't meant
Assassins
to have a high AC. They're meant to be
Connor is.
crit and stab you in the back kind of character. And that's what I kind of feel like. There's a lot of the people we fight, the ranger, everybody, they're far stronger than they should be.
Yeah.
Reasonably. And I'm more thinking this on a not as a game balancing thing, but as a in-universe thing. Like a ranger usually is high range damage with good buffs, but low
But not
HP
very
because they're only wearing
like leathers.
leathers. When they
Um,
have a higher AC than me as a tank at night, like 18, 17, that makes no sense to me. Like I have a 19 at my highest with my shield, and yet I feel like I'm always getting hit and they're never getting hit.
Could be just like normal buffs, or just like the natural AC with like rolls and stuff.
because so to explain this, Connor, who's also a fighter, but he's also leveled into barbarian, and has now cleric and what else was it that he had? Does he now have rogue?
Yeah, I think he has rogue. I
Yeah.
think it was like
So with all
I know it was samurai fighter and like astro guardian barbarian because like he was watching Speed do it, hence why he got the class that Speed was.
But yeah,
and then
so
the training was rogue and cleric. Well, or domain.
so
cleric,
he has
but,
his base class after training with MA for what was that 2 weeks is now a 21. That's his base armor. So yeah, MA puts all his little assassins through some hellacious training.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what kind of armor is he wearing as a character? Is he wearing?
As a character, that's his unarmored. He has unarmored armor of 21, combined with bracers of defense to get 23. Because he has a 20 in strength and a 20 in dexterity, and a 22 in constitution. Because he went through hellacious training with MA. Basically, he got training from a god.
Yeah, but
and that's what all those others are.
But should a fucking ranger who, is probably a cultist have that same training?
No, they should not. They should actually be they should be just about normal, because
they should have a
Mamon don't give a shit about people unless they pay him like a lot of money.
No, what should have happened was you take the average base for AC for the leather armor, which is probably what she would have been wearing as a thing,
13.
and maybe add. I would say she would have around a 12 dexterity, 14 at best, so a 1 or 2 extra. She should have had a 15 dexterity or a 15 armor class at most.
I mean, a lot of the NPCs, if they have player type classes, they will probably be made using like a character type sheet.
Mm-hmm. Which, even if they're wearing studded leather armor, that's like a 14 armor class. So unless she's constantly casting shield, that bitch should have been fucking dead.
We should have been able to hit her far easier.
Yeah.
I just feel like things have way too high on. Again, MA, I have no problem with his elite soldiers and elite units having a high armor class. As that's right, elite people should have a higher armor class than normal. But not every Tom, Dick, and Harry needs a high armor class.
Now, the other problem was that you put up that fucking like building around her, which gave her like a cover and all that shit. We would have heard that. Yeah. So if you're casting like a spell and stuff, you gotta remember, around me, you gotta tell me what the hell. If they're casting a spell and I can see them, you gotta tell me if they're casting a spell, because I can counterspell. And I will. I will generously counterspell. Because I have all this mana that I can do.
Or like if something like this, where I say, oh, I walk up to her and I hit her with my, I attack her, and you're like, oh yeah, you attack her, but you hit the building in front of her. And I'm like, what building? Yeah. Like everybody was confused because on the map it was... you just drew a box around her. I thought, oh, that's the smoke screen, which I know all rangers have that. That's a pretty common ability for them to have. And
To be
you know,
fair,
uh,
I never knew that rangers usually had smoke screens.
yeah, it's a
I mean,
darkness spell. It allows them to
Oh,
basically,
that spell. Okay.
yeah,
yeah. Either that
It's
or
a
they can
spell.
carry smoke bombs on them.
Yeah.
To be
It's
fair,
a
I don't
common
even
thing
really
for them
use
to have.
darkness.
I
Well,
know,
I'll be
but
100% honest. I don't really find much use in darkness, so I don't
unless
have
you
a
are a
lot of people take
warlock,
it.
and you take take a certain invocation, in which case you can see through magical darkness.
Oh yeah, like in that type of case, yeah, I would probably do it. But like,
But
other than
yeah,
that, no.
The point
I
is
mean that's
that
why
there
Thalia
are
has them.
magical items that allow you to see through darkness, so it would have been reasonable for her to have one. Or since, again, we thought she was trying to escape at that point, because again, she had teleported and then she did that, it
Or
would have
just to
made sense
cover
that
herself.
she was attempting to
But
escape.
but no, you can literally. I mean, again, it comes down to communication. You can
Yeah.
tell us. So the or have us roll a perception check to see if we notice her raising a building around her. Which instant fortress, it was not a bad idea. It is a great fucking
Yeah,
play.
it was a
And I look
great
back at it and
idea.
I'm like, oh, that is so badass. That is an awesome thing to do. And I really hope Wretched takes that spell.
Oh yeah.
Again, it was a great idea, it just wasn't told to us, and that's what made us upset.
Yes. Again,
Because again,
if
we had wasted multiple attacks at that point trying to get her, and then you're like, well, you guys keep attacking the wall. And it's like, what wall?
like if I would have known she was like fucking in a building like stuck down there, I would have like, okay, leave her
Yeah.
there. She can like sit there and like try and fire out of those little slits toward us and take the disadvantage because we're all the way fucking down at the other end trying to find her buddy who's on a roof with a sniper rifle.
I mean, to be fair, if you were like that and nowhere close, she literally could have just went out and started shooting like that. Because the door was capable to be opened. It's just that due to the
Yeah.
spell, she only targeted herself to open the door.
I mean, I literally thought about like, because I could have blown that door off its hinges. It only had so many health points. I could have cast fireball like away from the building and just where it hits that door, and that door's gone. And then we all could have gotten in there.
To
Yeah.
be
And
fair, that's actually
that
partly
was
what
a
I
plan.
expected.
Yeah, but again,
that
we had all moved up to attack her because we didn't know there was a wall.
Yeah, and I'm like debating that, but by the time the time that happened, Kirk was already there at the door, and I'm like, okay, I can't do it because Kirk's there, and I'm not going to hit an ally. Even if he does have death protection and everything, I'm not going to do it because it's like I just burned my ally to death.
Yeah.
To be fair, Hazio actually went and showed me something about that. Because, yeah, apparently I was doing death saves all wrong.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought I was doing it by the book. No, I was having it be one
I remember we
higher.
all opened up the website for you and even sent it to you.
Oh no,
Yeah.
there was actually something else I was doing wrong. Apparently, when you get 3 successes, I was having that be you got up. No, actually, that's
Yeah,
just you
apparently
stable.
No,
You
you're
stay at 0.
stable. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of was a good thing and a bad thing because it made it more likely for you all to actually
I think the
survive.
only-
However, it made combat harder because you actually now need healing to get back up.
Yeah. But then you have
There's also another thing of where I think the only time you can get up on a set death saving throw is on a natural 20.
yes, if you roll a natural 20, you instantly get up
It
with
gives
1
you
hit
back
point.
1 health point.
It's basically it's like their form of critical like success for death save. If you roll a death save, if you roll a 20 on a
And
death
if
save,
you roll a failure, you just instantly die is the trade-off.
well,
No.
no, if you roll that one, you roll 2. It's two failures.
2 failures? Okay,
Yeah,
they
I need
changed
to
that.
go take a look at that again because I remembered it being more as like as a 20 was 2 successes.
The different editions do it differently too, which is
Yeah,
kind of a pain.
it really is like one of the most confusing things. I will
And it's
be
also
100%
something-
honest.
It's also something
It's
they've
like
changed over the books because they do change the player's handbook and all that, so it's slightly different in different edition or different versions.
And of course, there are homebrew rules and everything that you can do, but it's best to like get those out in the open with your players beforehand.
Like one of my homebrew rules that I like doing when I DM is your XP resets every time you level up. Because it just means more. I'm encouraged to add more in different kinds of fights, and you guys are encouraged to. It adds more achievement for people leveling up, and from my experience.
Yes, but I also like to level up faster and gain
Yeah.
my spell. Especially if we're doing a level 80 campaign.
I mean, to be fair with that, I wouldn't
Usually
mind
I
it
only
too much if it's like people are doing it like class by class to reset it, or at least you get like 150, train a new class, and then it gets reset, and then and as you go through, just like level up, and just level up as kind of like the little thing, and I just kind of switch you, switch your second class or first class rather, to being your second class. That way,
Yeah.
when you're actually leveling up your second class, I can just disable it, set your HP, so your XP to however much you're supposed to be gaining for that next class, and then you can just do the level ups until you've actually maxed that class.
But
And then just keep rotating them to like third, fourth, until you've just reached like 80, in which then there's no more level ups to do.
now there's a lot with this world that I love. Eventually Wyron is going to wind up on Mount Inferno, and we're going to see some chaotic magic shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't wait
Because
for that one.
oh
Again,
god, yes.
Again, this feels like a lot of fun, and we've had a lot of fun trying to play it. It's
We just
again loss of contact and
communicate.
information between players and DM at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's the main reason why I'm checking back to make sure that like everything was done properly. Like I made sure that I had a plan, because like I feel like I had a plan, and but just it started to become a doubt
It
at
feels
this
like
point.
you've had a plan. It feels like you had a really good plan. It again comes down to the fact that again I think you fell into the pit trap that everybody's ever fallen into. Every DM, everybody, even the best DMs in the world fall into it. A lot of that. You thought the players knew something they didn't, and you
Yeah,
planned around.
and
because
I definitely will
you
have
have
some of the DM
knowledge.
stuff be like, I am incorrect on this or something like that.
Like I said, you might have told us in Candlelight Woods when we were first leaving it. Oh well, you see this race leaving, but
We'll
again,
interrupt that. Yeah.
I said we wouldn't have known anything about that because we didn't know that race was.
Yeah.
That person was there at Fox Range or at Dormammu. Blah 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 blah.
And again, I could have been using my my replay events up there in Fox Range, but I didn't think about it. And also, we have to remember that Wyron has access to a Celestial who constantly watches over shit and can give him like insight into shit and gives him dreams
Yeah.
and will point him in direction of shit. Like he'll like can actually like give him like a picture of a city, or like or like even if it's just like encoded, like he could have a map of the whole entire world, and then suddenly a spark burns like on Thorgrin, and suddenly it starts to spread, and so it'd be like, okay, Thorgrin is in danger, or like a spot in the woods. Like he's getting like an overview of it, and a spot in the woods like has a campfire, and you see a Yuan-Ti, and you see this, and the flames kind of dance and form into the elemental, and that'd be a great way for his guide to point him to the fact that they're around here in this area right now, and we could and then immediately Wyron can go like, everybody, we gotta go now.
Yeah.
But It's something we forget, because it's not something that is always used. But at this point, Wyron is stressed out enough. I think that his guide would help him out.
Yeah.
Because this is Wyron is feeling like a failure because a lot of people are dead. He feels like he should have been able to stop this. MA gave him this responsibility when he asked MA basically become an ally.
I mean, to be fair, what started this was MA just was like, anyway, I am busy, so I heard about this. Knowing you probably would enjoy it. So why don't you go deal with it? That was his main thing.
Yeah, but in Wyron's head, like just before this and stuff, when they were talking, he was trying to like make the connection to make friends with MA, to make an ally. So it's basically like offhandedly, he's like, go do this. And so Wyron's seeing as, okay, we can prove ourselves if we do this. That's the way Wyron is looking at it. And nobody else knows this, but that's what Wyron's thinking of this as. It's a way to prove himself to MA that he can be useful. And hopefully that he'll be able to like align with MA a bit more and hopefully find out some more stuff. Because Wyron sees very old, very powerful person probably needs to be an ally.
So William?
Yeah.
That too. He's also, and now officially that he's family, it's like, okay, bad news. My dad is, I don't know if my mom knows about the other kids or not. Hopefully she probably knows that he was not.
Are they younger or older than you is the question.
They are older. They are older.
He's one of the youngest.
Then that would Then that would mean that it was probably before your parents got together.
Yes, most certainly. So yeah.
I like how the DM just went, like, no, they were together. He's just a cheating whore.
I mean, you never know.
I mean, actually, because I left it up to the DM with a lot of this shit. How long have my parents been married?
I would definitely say 18 years.
Okay.
Like, based off of some other things that I've done with roles, I would say, yeah, probably about 18 years. So,
so basically, my mom got pregnant, and then he married her.
More like she probably forced him to marry her. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Let's just say this: Mom hunted him down, and said, "You're marrying me." And yeah, and
you're
he's
taking responsibility one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, Wyron's mom is scary. She's a cleric.
Oh, I didn't say anything about her not being scary. It was just like, this is what's
Yeah.
happening.
I'm just saying, like, she's a
I rolled
cleric.
on all NPCs for that, so I do know things. And people can also use the DM inspiration if they really want to use it to go and redo one of those rolls. Just up until the start of the next session, where I'll go and cut it off, essentially. And you can give disadvantage or advantage depending on whether you want something to not occur or to occur.
I mean, I would very much like it if Sora was not in any way related to my character.
Aww.
I forget if you actually do have that.
I have an inspiration.
Alright.
Make this public. I want to know.
Who's Sora?
My character's girlfriend.
Wait, she was related to your character?
I'm really wanting him to make it where she's not.
I mean,
so I don't know what his
Pasio really wanted to screw you over. He could go and just give it advantage to refund you the inspiration.
I do the advantage.
Do you really?
No,
No.
please don't. And Hazio is not going to learn about this because I'm not telling him jack shit. So just, but no, I
What
get
are you
to
gonna
know the
bribe
results of
me?
my role here. Is she related to Wyvern?
What are you going to bribe me?
I am not saying anything.
I want a bribe.
What do you want?
I know the result already. I am not doing it.
Well, let's hear the result first.
I don't mind telling you the number. 78.
I think high is good.
But good in which way?
It means she's not related.
Because if
Who's
you're
to
into
say?
incest, high is very good. What did you say?
Not related.
I never said that.
I mean, that's what we kind of want to know is like, at this point, is she related? Is she not related?
I want to use my point to say that, and to know that. DM silence.
He's debating.
I was saying the note that I was about to type on the notepad then, and Jaime said it's more likely to actually occur.
Ah, shit.
I'm not saying the first number though. So the first number could be a whole lot lower, or it could be a whole lot higher than 78. You just know that one of the rolls is 78. And nobody can force another reroll of it.
Great.
You're related. Congratulations.
Yes, congrats.
You're from Alabama.
I mean, don't know.
Congratulations, you're from Alabama.
I still remember how you were talking about one set when you guys literally made the like dirtiest part of Alabama where somebody was literally both their child and their grandma, and you essentially feared that was possible mainly due to elves.
Yes. Oh, yes, I remember that.
Oh,
We had a
God.
discussion about the Elven Kingdom, about how somebody could be their own grandma. They could be their own grandma, granddaughter, and daughter. All in 3. Because I believe it was that your father also had to be your grandpa, and then you had to marry him. I think that was the math we used on that.
Yes.
If you can't tell, in the last campaign we did, we were kind of crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah. Also, I have a question. So, if I'm flying, does it count as an action if I just drop a flask of oil?
No.
Or,
I mean, if you're carrying a flask
So-
of oil, you can just let go. Oh,
so what if I'm holding like 10? Can I just like drop them in a row?
I don't think I would have let you actually carry 10.
What is the max number you would let me carry in like my hands?
I'd say probably like 2, one for each hand, essentially. Unless you're just wanting to go and roll like a dex check each time you move.
Well, this is flying. Like if I'm flying overhead, can I just like drop them in in a strafing run?
It's basically like you either have them in your hands where you can just throw like one and then a second one, and then possibly like have a belt that you just grab and throw more, or you just kind of do it as like a nuke type thing, where you just have them all in your arm and then you just try to let them go, but like a lot of them will probably just fall like straight down immediately.
Okay. Because I'm trying to think of like the prediction for the exact setup to do a strafing run where I basically throw out a line of oil flasks to Coda group, and then have somebody fire in like some fire into it.
Hmm.
Like how exactly? Now, if I did this, like if I like were to attach them to a belt or something on me, could I do this like each one like tossing them in a row like as I'm flying by?
Yeah, I would say so. Like you just grab what. Like I, it does say in the player's handbook, I believe, that some things can be done as an action, such as like attacking and while actually unsheathing your sword, and like that's something you can do as part of well, in combination with your movement.
Well,
Yeah.
I need to
But I'm
get
just wondering, like, can I
yeah.
take like? All right, see, like, I was
Bye.
wondering because
See ya,
if I
Lucas.
use like my action and my movement to just like drop 10 flask in a row, would that just be an action and a movement? Could I do that in one turn?
If you have them all and you're essentially just it's kind of like twisting your body, I would say you could probably throw them at different angles, but that would be like the most I would be able to reason that you could probably do that.
Okay. Because what I'm trying to do is like create like a line of oil that would basically burn.
To be fair, I would still probably ask for a roll just to see like how off do like several things go, and so like depend like the higher it is, the more straight it is essentially.
Okay.
Uh,
All right.
Obviously, with the nat one, it would be just like they go all over the place and just like, hi, like
Yeah.
one's 5 feet, and so like a lot of them are just not even connected. So it's like, well, there goes five. Sorry,
I mean,
there
that
goes
could work
all
too.
10, and literally we don't get much use out of them anyway.
Yeah.
Well, rip.
Big puddle of oil. That's all it is.
Now, like massive puddles of oil. I will swear, essentially.
Yeah, all over the place. Okay.
Yeah.
Like random. All right. Because that's one of the things I was thinking about doing during the battle royale.
To be fair, I'm also kind of sad that the little random warp thing did not get picked, because like if it did get picked, then that means that by stabbing somebody, it's like, hi, they're now in a wall, because that is technically possible.
Oh God. I'm glad that didn't get picked.
I mean, it's more that it affects
Then again,
the enemies. It could also affect you though,
yeah.
because
Like
like
suddenly
it
you randomly
essentially just,
teleport.
well, what the idea was is you rolled a d20, or at least two d20s. One was the attack roll, the other was the random warp thing. If you rolled that one, well, you still had that up. You could essentially, well, you were affected by the randomly affect enemies thing, and also the random warp. Random warp goes off first though, so that if you do take the well, if you do go and get unlucky and get the explosion one, I mean, you could get revived by a cleric. That still is full on
Yeah.
possible. It's just mainly by like, I think resurrection is what you would need.
Yeah.
For that case. But you still could go and get back. And like, I since it's well, it might actually, well, depending on where you go and get teleported to, you might actually go and get to where the enemies are at are in range of you. And so you deal your health bar to the enemies and just absolutely murder them while still just taking your life. Well, you can take your life without meaning to, kill all your opponents, and leave your party perfectly fine. And that was something that's perfectly, I say that's actually technically possible with the randomly affect enemies and random warp.
All right. Well, I gotta go. It's
All right.
getting late.
I have videos to look through, and I will probably be touching up on the one that I'm about to do right now.
All right. Bye, man.
See ya. Alright, so I did look up the ASMR guide, and yeah, I 100% could have used it. I should have been using it. Let's be real. So there is two things that went on, and like, part of why I just simply shut down in that second part, which, yeah, you'll see this, or at least with, like, I might go and just put this before the second part, that way everybody sees what occurred and why it was. Because, like, basically what was going on at the point of the second time, or right before the second point, was I'd already been called out at that point for earlier in the day, and I kind of felt bad for what I got called out for, because, like, essentially what it was is I did my pet peeve without knowing it, being, like, paying people that really don't care about things, which is 100% understandable. Because if you keep getting pinged for something you don't care about, it's like, bruh, stop. I literally don't care. Why do you keep telling me and spending my time to go and to clear this ping and stuff when I don't care? And then the other thing was just I got tired of having you never give us information yelled at me with everything else I need to do, so I should do during the week. And essentially the thing that's kind of the issue with that is the players are right with that. However, it's also it's also bringing up the point from that the players are indirectly saying you are playing these contests too well. Play the worse and make them less smart. So completely change up the design and literally get it to where this one NPC can just instantly go and find them and absolutely murder them. Yeah, because totally somebody that knew MA would let their cultists be easily tracked and let MA literally be able to get in there and kind of kill them. So yeah. It's kind of just a thing. Hold on. So, like, they never did give us the give her information thing. That kind of leads into the Candlelight Woods thing, where the players were actually half right about it. Yes, it was. It's something that could kind of be viewed of how the players were, where it's like it was just there. But also, if you bring up the question that they were leaving Candlelight Woods as they got attacked, or as Candlelight Woods got attacked, it's like, even if they were there for the attack, what could they do? The military district would have been on lockdown, and it wouldn't make sense for the military districts, which is already locked down, to be like, yeah, sure, you guys are cool. You guys seem like you're are very important people. You seem like you're much more powerful than our army. It's like, really? You really expected to get into a military district? I mean, heck, the only reason why they were in the military district to begin with was literally because it's like, yo, we're investigating what occurred here last night. I, which to be fair, actually, yeah, to be fair, that should have been something that we stated to the player because I'm not sure if they actually knew that they were in the military district at that point, and that's what caused it. So, um, um, I might go and have them spend like a little bit trying to figure out a new place, and if they do get stuck again trying to figure out where the heck these cultists are going next, then yeah, I'm just gonna call. I'm just gonna call the players to a place and literally just have them fight and beat down these cultists, and just be done with it. That's one of the two things. And because like they did like the cultists at the start, they kind of hated the Candlelight Woods thing, which to be fair, like the Candlelight Woods thing, it's kind of just like I am um I am stuck between a hard place and two rocks. The hard place being playing these cultists correctly. One rock being the players. The other rock being and players still couldn't do anything, no matter which way it was. Cause like I the only way they could have done it was like, oh hey, let's just beat up this random Yati, not realizing, oh hey, that's actually the cultist, so it's completely fine that we're beating up this Yanti. And then they stopped the attack because they beat up a random NPC. So like, no matter what they did there, it was screwed. Because like, the military district was the only thing in Candlelight Woods that I could really see them actually specifically wanting, and that could actually be gone because I feared that there would be patrols starting in that city. So, essentially, it would be like a 5-minute timer. The person figured out that was a 5-minute timer by watching the thing, and so when one thing went off, it's like, okay, I got 5 minutes. Let's act fast. And they tried just doing everything, and that's why there was not much information in Candlelight Woods. Now, the thing that was actually important to note is I was watching things back. Ignore that. But anyway, this is the actual session. This is when I talked about their plans. So I didn't talk about their plans till after their thing because for whatever reason I didn't expect them to go like 7 days. And then like after those 7 days, we essentially after those 7 days they kind of just like, oh, okay, well I got the idea, so let's do it. But the ways that they were kind of screwed was, they try stopping the attack, they can't get into the area, so they're powerless to stop it, even though they were right there in the place. Because a real military would not release lockdown, and just simply because they feel like people might be able to help. And in fact, they're probably less likely to think that because those might be actually people working with that person, and that was like their signal for attack. So they would be fighting the military in there, while they're also trying to deal with the cultists. So it would not have been, in my opinion, it probably would not have been that good of an experience for them. Then, and the other is they attack a random person. Hi, they now get prosecuted for beating up the cultists. I mean, yes, that person was a cultist, but as far as anybody knew, that person was a civilian. So it's kind of like, I. Well, then the third option was they leave and it gets attacked anyway. So it's kind of like with that one, and that realism boulder was really pushing against me, mainly due to the player one, because as I couldn't, like, due to the thing and due to how I would actually expect them to attack and why they would attack that place for, because they already they were attacking someplace for money. Right there was being attacked for money, so they didn't need to attack this place for money. At least not specifically. And if there's only one thing that they could have attacked from there, it's like, yeah, hi, let's get rid of as many guns as possible with as much ammunition as possible. Arm the regular cultists so that they can just be a firing squad, and then just kill the horses. Like that was essentially their main goal. And it was something that was planned, and it mainly got attacked after they left because I didn't I didn't think of the plan at that point. Now I'm kind of thinking ahead, and to several cases. But yeah, I wasn't doing that at that point, so I was kind of just unprepared for what they were doing. They're moving faster than what I was expecting, and yeah, kind of like Woods was attacked at that point. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm honestly at a loss. Because I don't know how to go and keep it to how they were, to these cultists on how they were designed. And while also not completely pissing off these players. While also keeping this realism. That's why when kind of made the two rocks and a hard place analogy, because all three of those is essentially what's squishing me right now. Because I could bring up into Candlelight Woods. It's like, well, they attacked the military district. And that thing pretty much went into lockdown almost immediately upon getting attacked. So it's kind of like, how did you expect to get in? Or rather, actually no, I don't think that they would have known that there was even a threat going on. So it's like, how would you have gotten in when it's like, oh, hey, we don't need to have any threats dealt with. You guys can just go away. Despite fire elemental going around because the guy couldn't see it because it was behind a building. It's like, there's a fire elemental. They're like, I think I was seeing a fire elemental. Well, I think I was seeing a fire elemental coming in here. Never is seeing, oh, hey, there actually was a fire elemental. So they would have just been stopped right at the gate. So, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, that second boulder would have literally screwed over the players anyway. So, I essentially would have gotten yelled at for no matter what. And the thing that really goes in kind of brings up the kind of thing and kind of drops down the fun of the planning is knowing that by playing how the cultists are and what their next plan is, all I'm going to do is just piss people off or piss off the players, which is literally the last thing that I want to do. And so it's like, I'm just completely at a loss because I don't like, I I don't want to piss off the players, but at the same time, I don't want to completely railroad them or make it feel like, well, crap. Even though we're here, we can't do anything. Um. Um. Like. That. It just. It was just. Kind of like was just a mess type of thing. I'm not sure if the other places would be better, but yeah. Yeah. Uh, I just have so many different things that I just can't deal with it. So, if they do get to a big battle royal with the NPCs soon, then clearly things did not go better. They might have gotten worse, or nothing else. They stayed the same. Um, and so at that point, it's just like, might as well cut these losses as and forget spending my free time doing something that, well, um, actually, yeah, I can say this, but like, why spend my, like, if I'm actually cutting it short, and so they're dealing with cultists like pretty soon, then what that is meaning is I really just felt tired of it, and I just gave up using my free time to plan something that I probably would not enjoy running. Because like, I definitely enjoyed this campaign and everything that's occurring. And if the players are going to be like this with the cultists, then I unfortunately can't do this type of thing. And because like, MA would probably be like, well, MA might not be in league with the angels, but he probably would be able to contact some angels, and like have some of his network be actual angels that are kind of talking with other angels, seeing like how things are, as well as maintaining his actual domain. And so that's part of the issue with using the angelic guide with this as well, because like, if the angelic guide knows, then an MA's angel person might know as well. And it's kind of like essentially it's apparently too big a brain of a game of cat and mouse. So even though the mouse is being like, I'm gonna go hunt the cat, it still is apparently not enough. So it's really unfortunate that it's there, but like, I don't like the you never give us information thing. Like, that's literally telling me to not be playing these cultists correctly, but at the same time, the players are 100% correct. That's the issue with me calling them out on it. Like, I can't call them out because they're correct, but at the same time, if they're saying that consistently, then it just means and said if they're being played properly like that, that it's just why go and continue playing it? And so yeah. In any case, that's all I wanted to state and address. The other stuff should be fine, or at least not too bad. Candlelight Woods was just mainly I was an idiot, didn't plan too far ahead with the cultists at least. As they would have been screwed no matter which way they went there, unfortunately, because that was their plan. And mainly also since Javor was their money target, so essentially when they attacked Cronia, whatever Cronia thing got attacked, they were screwed. Even if they were there. Because it's like, well, actually with Javor, it's just much more on, well, crap, I don't have the base plan actually planned. But they would have been able to have dealt with the person there since it's like, yo, police officer, I heard the alarm's going off. Where is it? It's like, okay, let me check. Goes to the cameras, and then it's like, okay, it's back over there. There, as I go and ping the location that they are stating, and they go over and deal with it and figure out it's not just a black pudding, it's actually something far greater. But that would have been about the closest thing. There wouldn't be, well, there wouldn't have been like much use in them staying at Candlelight Woods, unfortunately. Anyway, it's just that's kind of unfortunate that, essentially, the cultists were designed to be actual threats and actually compete with them. But, yeah, apparently putting a person of MA's caliber behind them is literally making it to where the players are incapable to actually deal with this threat. It's an unfortunate thing, but like, I like it's just getting to a point where I don't want to plan this anymore, and I don't want to. Well, I don't want to plan the cultists anymore. And if it's getting to that point, then it's like time to just kill them off, essentially. So yeah, if they are killed off, then you know exactly why they got killed off.